Test. Okay, hopefully you guys can hear me now. I'm praying that you can hear me now. I don't know what's going on, some setting change somewhere, but hopefully you guys are hearing me at this point. If somebody can just kind of wave or let me know. Awesome. Perfect. Thank you guys. Okay. Sorry about that. Some glitch in the software. But, anyways, so I was saying at the beginning if closed captioning was working. We now have a different way of starting the stream to help with that. So, hopefully, YouTube is going to show that you can access closed captioning on our streams. We had a couple comments again from the last stream, and so I jumped on it and got it figured out. So, okay, what else? That's it. So let's jump into this. I don't know that this may be sustained for long, but these storms did pop to the west of Ottawa, so we'll go right into the radar, and I'll go full screen so that we can have this right full on the stream itself. So. I'm going to play the cycle here just to show you what has happened. Some storms have popped to the west. The one by Lanark, Carleton Place, Almont seems to be the strongest portion with lightning on it. It's the only storm that's showing lightning at this point. So it's again, the stronger portion of the system. The storms are reaching all the way up to Haley Station through Renfrew right now, coming into Braeside, Arnprior, Pakenham getting a little bit of rain. So we have this essentially this arc just down kind of in this direction of storms, and it's kind of spreading out, in multiple directions as it moves through. And we did have a couple of storms here to the east that did pop, one over Kempville and one near Richmond, Manotick area. So, but again, I don't know if these are going to survive for very long, so we may not be here for very long on the stream. But I just wanted to let people know, if you're in the Ottawa area, Richmond, down the 416 corridor all the way down just south of Kempville right now, there'll be showers moving through. I don't expect these to go severe, and again, that was one of the reasons I didn't jump on this. I was hesitant to jump on the stream. I'm not gonna jump on here just to tell you guys it's raining. Most people can look outside and see that. Right now, the heaviest the heaviest precipitation is in the Arnprior Renfrew area along the Ottawa River, and then over the radar, essentially Carleton Place, Lanark, and that. So I don't think these will go severe, but we've been proven wrong in terms of what models have shown. So let me jump in to see if there's any comments, that anybody's got any questions. So let me just jump here. Any severe chance with these storms coming from Tornado Pro? I'm skeptical if anything will go severe warned today. I think it's just going to be heavy rain and some lightning associated with it. So don't suspect there'll be any severe warnings. They are moving fairly quick too, so we'll keep an eye on it and let you guys know as we move along, as we've always done. And like I said, these could just die out and just be regular rain showers, and move through the region essentially. So, but it's been quite the week. I mean, we're now this has got to be the 7th stream I think I've done in the last 2 weeks or so. June was really quiet, and now we've been here every other day basically. So Let me get through some more questions. Rain on radar looked interesting but weak coming from Darky. Yeah, it's right now, again, the heavy rain is the biggest concern for anybody. We did have it come through Kempville. A little bit of, surface pooling, that kind of stuff, but nothing of any concern. I am having a look at velocities here, and nothing of concern in terms of any rotation like we had a couple days ago with that storm south of Kempville and south of the Ottawa area that did end up getting tornado warned. I actually went and did a damage survey on that, and I did find some interesting stuff. It definitely got windy in that region, but no proof of any kind of circulation on the ground. I found one home with shingles torn off. Several large trees were either snapped or blown over. Definitely lots of little branches and stuff. So it would have been windy in that tornado warning area with the circulation that passed from Jasper all the way to the 416 east of Spencerville, and then kind of died out at that point. So let's have a look here. So Paul asking if there's any rotation. Nothing rotating whatsoever that we need to worry about. These will be weak storms. Again, borderline whether I was even going to jump on. So we will track them. But heavy rain associated with this. So if you are doing any outdoor activities, you need to keep that in mind. There's definitely going to be a downpour for a little while for some people. Sorry about that. So a question from Dave Ray Morrisburg. You right now, let me just line this all up here. I was in Morrisburg actually this morning. They just had a new housing development opened up today. So I was down there for that. So Morrisburg might get a small rain shower. I'm just zooming in here just to the north, but it's literally sprinkling. If anything comes out of this where this moves further south, you might see some rain in Morrisburg, or if something happens with these storms further back to the west of Morrisburg. So tomorrow for Castleman, difficult to say. Yes. So I had hopes. When I was looking at models, there's definitely a chance tomorrow for storms again. I think that Thursday was going to look more intense than today. That's again based on models. So right now I cannot tell you about Castleman whether it's realistic or not. It's a possibility, but that's as good as I can give you for tomorrow. So. And then be prepared for another stream tomorrow. Yes, it's very possible. I have it on my make sure you're available list to be in front of the computer. So we'll keep an eye on that. So just a sec here. I don't know if I finally was able to get out of the house in over a month. Okay, Darky saying that. Thank you for the banner. Great idea. Ken, thank independent thinker. Thank you. Mountain Dew slushy from Shell getting ingested by Tornado Pro. So jealous of that. Definitely cooling you off. They are blaming that storm on the tree hitting that poor woman walking in Almont on Monday. I didn't even hear about that, so that's interesting. I'll have to dig into that later, but doesn't sound like fun. I hope she's okay. Nobody wants to get hit by anything getting thrown around, whether it's big or small in a storm. Supposed to have a pool installed tomorrow in Castleman. When's the pool party? Can we come over? The way, so I'll explain. The models were showing possible storms, but they were pockets of storms. So again, what you're seeing here, you're seeing small areas of storms happening, and other areas aren't going to get anything. So it's tough to say because again, models were just showing sporadic isolated cells coming up, and that's even if they happen. So just a sec here. So apparently there's a tornado warning down by Collingwood. Oh, and there is. Okay, well, for anybody, I don't know if anybody's tuned in the Durham region. There's definitely a storm that's got people's attention, and I bet you it's this one right here before I even look at velocities, because this is that hook that we always talk about. So I'll zoom in quickly because tornado warning is worth getting people's attention, even if Wow. Yes. Okay. So this storm is definitely showing rotation. We've got bright green with red opposing to it. So that is definitely when you earlier were asking Paul about any rotation. This is the kind of rotation that gets our attention. Anybody who's a weather enthusiast, if you see this and you're also seeing this hook on the radar for the storm in terms of the reflectivity. Those are two indicators that you have a storm that's trying to do something. So let's play the cycle here. I'll show you what this storm is going through. So we'll see as it approaches here. So that rotation happened in the last couple of scans. So if you are anywhere in this region, it has intensified. West of Honeywood, northwest of Dundalk, it looks like. This is all in the Toronto region, but I was just made aware of it in the comments. So I appreciate that. Thank you. I do want to comment anytime there are tornado warned storms. I can't obviously watch them all, but we definitely need to watch this storm if you're in that area. Just to see if this develops. So this looks like the latest scan, and the rotation looks to have, it's still there, but it has subsided somewhat. So I will zoom back out here and we'll go back to our region just to see what's happening there, but I will keep an eye on that just in the back of our minds and just see what's going on here. So storms are persisting here. Again, the cluster that the two areas for anybody that's Shawville area, Quillon, Constance Bay, Arnprior, that's kind of this thing. It's over Renfrew currently, and also over Norway Bay. And the other one down here, which is going to be coming into Carleton Place, is over Lanark, Innisville, will be in Franktown shortly. Almont getting some rain. And then those are our two areas of more intensity out in this region here. So, okay, so thank you again, Tornado Pro, for that. One near Ottawa as well. No, there's nothing here that's of any concern in terms of rotation, Darky, just so you know. This is all very calm, just basic winds here, nothing that you would see of concern. It's on all four tilts. Yes, yeah, so that's what Ryan is referring to there, is that the radar, we have different beam heights that we can select. And the higher you go in the number, the higher you reach up into the storm. So you can kind of get a 3D profile as you go up through the storm. And if you see rotation on all four tilts, that means that whole storm has an updraft that is rotating tightly. Again, something that's indicative of us wanting to keep an eye on it. So our latest scan just came in for these storms here in our region, and they are intensifying. Heavy rain, orange and red. We've only had 1 to 3 lightning bolts, so not a lot of lightning on it, which is good. If that starts to pick up, we can see that maybe the intensity is picking up as well. So what else have we got here? Just jumping on questions. In from the southern cell, Stittsville. So Ryan just saying in the Stittsville area that he's starting to get some clouds in the area. Perfect. Tornado Pro uses Radar Omega. Yeah, great application as well. So something to keep an eye out on, and we'll definitely jump back and forth between them. I was having issues with Facebook earlier, and it's now back, thankfully, I think. I was trying to put this out that we were doing the stream, so I'll just finish doing that and continue to keep an eye on everything here. I will zoom back out and get back to this Durham area region and just see what King Radar is showing there. And we'll look at velocity. So that rotation is still on that storm near Maxwell. You're definitely seeing that rotation that we're talking about. So again, everybody, this is northwest of Toronto. Storm got tornado warned. They're far more intense back there. So this is not for our region. I am just showing it because we do have a tornado warning. And I will pretty much always do that anytime there's one in Ontario or Western Quebec or Quebec area. Because again, in case somebody's watching, I'd rather them know about it than not know about it. So it's great to have that working. I'm just going to switch up one thing here and do one more quick post, and then I'll be back on everything with you guys. Perfect. So glad everybody could tune in today. We'll zoom back out of here. This one here is at 3:05. We are 3:11, so it's still a few minutes till we get the next scan on this one, but I'll definitely jump back at it to take a look just to make sure that it has either subsided or at least that we're letting people know in the path what's going on. So I'll zoom back in here for us and I'll put it full screen here. So again, Hallville Mountain definitely getting some rain, some heavy pockets in there. Heading towards Winchester, Dunbar, probably maybe into South Mountain, Williamsburg. Manitoux doesn't look too strong, just heavy rain. Going to head towards Greeley and Kenmore. And then we have our main line of storms today that is this portion right here again. It's kind of arcing out. And then we have a few little cells popping back to the west, so we will keep an eye on them because they could intensify as well. So those are down by Cloyne, north of Arden, Caladar, kind of in that area there. So we'll just keep tracking them and see what happens. Our next radar update should be here very shortly. Yeah, Tornado Pro saying there's outflow boundaries. That's what kind of, you can see there's a whole bunch of boundaries actually out here. So there's one right in here, which was what the Kempville storm kind of formed on. And then there's another one here, kind of circling off of these storms here. These are all boundaries, and they can initiate storms or enhance storms, as we've mentioned on a few streams previously. So it's always good to watch those. Those are little indicators. If you press play on the radar and we'll watch it loop through, you'll see those boundaries just kind of appear after the storm goes through the area. And one of my good friends, Braden Morriso, he always describes, storms when they're moving through this environment in terms of the atmosphere. It's like liquid. It's like taking your hand and dragging it through water behind the boat, and you get these waves that come out. You can even get what we call eddies, which are little areas of rotation. So that's what we're seeing, is just as the storms are moving through, they're laying out these boundaries from the storms themselves. So let me get back into the comments here. Hi, everyone. Got a tornado warning for the West Grey County. Yes, so and if you're in Southwest Ontario and you're northwest of Toronto, there's definitely a tornado warned storm out there. We were just showing it on there. So that's what you would be getting it for if you're down in that region. Let me just take a look here. RG saying a lot of rain on the drone from Perth towards Lanark and Innisfil, and that makes sense. Those storms have heavy rain cores on them, so that makes perfect sense. Guelph, Ontario. So I'll zoom back out here while we've got some time. So let me just jump in here. So first of all, I'm just going to see if the scan has updated for the radar on the storm that's tornado warned. Whoops, hit the wrong button. Sorry about that. So this is 3:05 still, so they're still waiting for an update here. We're 3:15. I don't know if anybody else has it, but I don't. I'm still showing 3:05 on that radar. So for Guelph, the storms are all to your north, was what I was going to say. So it's you're in the clear for now. Somebody, I saw a comment on there, how long are the storms going to persist? Here in our region, in the nation's capital, I'm not sure how long they will persist, and if they will persist. They could die off pretty quickly, and I was mentioning that right at the beginning of this stream, that we may not be on long on the stream, but while they're still here, we're going to definitely stay on top of it. So what else here? Durham and Grey County, Canada got a tornado warning on cell phone. Yes, yeah. So definitely out west. And again, that's really far from us. So we're in Ottawa here, and the tornado warning is down coming off the lakes just northwest of Toronto. So that's your tornado warning in red. And that's something I've never explained on the stream, actually. I take it for granted because I've been looking at it for 11 years. Severe warnings on the software are yellow, and red is tornado warning. So those are the ones, obviously, that we are always mostly concerned with. But for our, anybody tuning in from the nation's capital area, this is far west and it's out of play at this point. So nothing to concern ourselves with. So we'll zoom back into the storms that are in this region. And somebody was asking about, I think I saw Pontiac, possibly. Area safe. So Lacey asking a question of Quebec Pontiac area. Right now, I just want to make sure I've got that correct. So give me 1 second here. And I'm just pulling something up on my other screen. Oops. Why are you not typing? Okay. So right now, you are kind of, I'm just looking here, Luskville, Queen. So you guys are in line with some heavy showers, but there isn't even any lightning on it. So the Pontiac area will probably see some heavy rain, and that's going to be coming from this particular pocket of precipitation as it moves out this way. So it will hit that all the way to Luskville into Chelsea if it sustains. So I am noticing this storm back west coming basically north of Arden. It's now showing a bit of lightning and heavy precipitation. So if you're northwest of Charlotte Lake, essentially, kind of heading towards the Highway 7 corridor area, that storm is definitely picking up some intensity. So we will watch that as we go along. One of the storms out front in Manotick has definitely died off, essentially just a garden shower, I'm going to call it. The one heading towards Hallville, Winchester, Dunbar is heavy rain, but that's basically it at this point. So, Lee, hey, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. What else have we got here? Coming to Ottawa. So there's a bit of a split happening on these storms when they originally fired, and in this area there is rain, but it's extremely weak. This is a garden shower variety, but I'll back it up to show you what transpired. So you can see that several storms popped. There was a line there, and they've kind of come apart as it's approaching Ottawa area. So we'll see the next few scans what they do as they get closer to Ottawa. But right now, Ottawa is only looking at very light rain, if anything. It's kind of a north and south split right now for Ottawa. Seaway Cornwall question, whether it's going to be affected, coming from Annie. You guys, let me just zoom back out here. It could. So you're on the line. Cornwall's right here, and if I just go basically almost due west, I went a little low there, but you're right in line on the edge of these storms. If they continue to track the way they're coming and they don't deviate, it'll be borderline. You're still quite a bit of time out before the storms arrive. And the other question will be this one little storm that's out front, what it does. So I can't give you a definitive for Cornwall, but hopefully that answers your question there. So okay, perfect. And then we're getting some information. Oh, they lock the emergency department. Oh, that's interesting that they do that. I didn't know that was a thing. So a comment just saying that the emergency is only open till 5 p.m. So hopefully nothing happens in the area. I can again zoom back out and take a look quickly to see if that radar has updated at all. So we're at 317. So yes, it has. The hook seems to have disappeared, so I suspect rotation. Yeah, so rotation has definitely weakened on this storm. There's very little left, so if anybody's out in this area, that's your area of rotation roughly, and it's of not of any concern right now. If they do extend the tornado warning on that, then we'll keep an eye on it. But right now, I think that's just dying off. So we'll swing back to our region here in Ottawa and keep an eye on things. And again, today I'm not expecting things, for those just tuning in, I'm not expecting this to go severe. This is kind of borderline today in terms of storms, so we'll just monitor them at this point and see how they progress through the region. Okay, any other questions? I'm just going to look. I've got some emails coming in here. So Rick sending in some drone shots, perfect, to our email here. So awesome, thank you for submitting that. I'm going to share it up here. This is a drone shot, and you can see he's even put a label on it, Perth towards Lanark. So just a heavy amount of rain, with some elevated, the storms do look a little bit elevated, and I'm just looking out behind my place, but that's, again, Rick, thank you very much for sending that in. And just going to see, and he sent another one here, same thing, so I'll put it up again, but this is Perth towards Innisfil, which would be kind of to the south. Or wait, did I get that wrong? No, to the north, my apologies. Okay, that's towards Innisfil. So again, just heavy rain at this point. I'm just looking to see, that storm is actually getting a little bit more lightning on it. I'm seeing like 5, 6, 7 bolts. So picking up a little bit, but still, again, nothing too serious to be concerned about. So what else have we got going on here? 1 bolt on that storm to the west, so should be okay. And then raining now in Stittsville. Yeah, that's just going to be regular rain in the Stittsville area. It looks like you're not going to see anything of any real concern. It's just going to be garden showers at this point. There is something that's popping. Okay, so this just popped to the west of Stittsville. That's got some decent rain in it, and it just came up in 1 scan, so I can't give you any more than that, but it looks like Stittsville, or the north side of Stittsville, will get a heavy bit of rain for a few minutes, followed by very light rain on the back end of this. So this is the portion I'm talking about right here, and then the light rain is just tucked back in here. So definitely an updraft just kicked in here just near Stittsville area. So can you walk us? Took all 10 beds and from Durham. Oh, okay, yeah, definitely having some issues on the medical side in terms of hospitals availability and stuff like that. So hopefully everybody's okay and doesn't affect anyone to do with these storms at this point anyways. So I'm keeping an eye on all these boundaries, and one of the boundaries I'm definitely keeping an eye on is this storm here, to see what happens when it hits this boundary that's kind of being draped out here and left by this forward storm. Because if this kind of gets onto it, there's usually an enhancement of a bit of moisture, which is what we call storm fuel or storm juice, and that could get that storm to get going a little more than it is. So, but right now we're just, honestly, there's nothing to worry about in the area. There's no high winds. This is borderline worth having a live stream for you guys, but if everybody, if people want me on here, I'll be on here. It's just I tend to want it to be when there's something to be pay attention to in terms of storms, just in terms of their intensity. So what else have we got going on? So I will close that off, get back to our emails here. I'm just going to mark those 2 off. Perfect. Also, I will switch to see if there's anything coming in through one of our Facebook pages. Connor's out west today, in case anybody's wondering. He has the potential for storms, so if he gets onto something good, they were talking about 6 p.m. their time, which is 8 p.m. our time. We might do a live stream just to show what he's chasing if he gets on anything good, for anybody that's a storm enthusiast. We may be doing that later on. So keep that in mind. If you want to jump on, we'll maybe put that up, and he has also a chance tomorrow as well. So that's what's going on with him out that way. So and I'm just going to get set up here to see if anybody's putting anything through our Facebook pages. Here we go. Okay, so let me just see here. Not seeing anything. That's from a couple days ago. So, perfect. Okay. So let me see what else there is here. So we just got another scan, and now that I look back, 3:23 p.m. The storm that is just north of Arden, off the Highway 7 corridor, did weaken a little bit in this last scan. Our storm out front that's over Lanark and Innisville got a little more intense on the southern portion. The cluster of rain and or precipitation up north of Arnprior and Renfrew, it looks like it's weakening a little bit, and it doesn't look like it's going to intensify. So that right now is just regular showers. There's nothing to be concerned about there. But this portion right over Franktown is where the intense precipitation is, and that's why it's throwing out this boundary that we've been discussing there. So the Stittsville storm definitely expanded. I'm going to just zoom in on that. So just heavy rain on the, well, it's going to come through Stittsville by the looks of it. So Greg, you're definitely going to get some rain out of this if it continues the way it is. So perfect. Give me a sec here. Just reading some more comments. And appreciate your channel. Thank you. We're happy to do this. Also, Ann Craig's a comm officer. Tornado warning near Flesherton, which is the one that's northwest of Toronto area. I'm going to just see, they've dropped it now. So based on what we were seeing on the previous scans, and it was weakening, and now that it's been dropped, obviously the rotation has come off that storm. So we're zooming back in here to our region, and the storm is starting to throw lightning bolts down by the Arden Charlotte Lake area, so that could pick up on intensity as it moves through. So comment here from Canadian Weather Live, which can only be one person, and that's Connor. So Connor is apparently going to be back on Sunday. So wow, that's only a few days out. That's 3 days from now. So I'm sure he's going to be happy to be in the region. You folks will be happy to have him back. He'll be, doing his usual forecasts and everything, and teaming up with myself to do these live streams as well. So you guys will have Connor back on the channel and back in the area. Perfect. Thanks, Ann. I appreciate the comment. We do our best to be accurate. We're not perfect, but we definitely do our best. Tornado Pro saying Big Gull Lake Storm has a hook and minor rotation. So, and I just want to make sure I'm right where this is. So I just want to make sure. Big Gull Lake, where is that? Is that this one here? Yeah, that's going to be the Calidar. That storm, it's a little compact right now. There's just noise on that radar, and you can see it both on reflectivity. Just so Tornado Pro, I think you were making the comment, you can see all these stripes on the left-hand side. I'll highlight them. All these stripes are kind of digital noise, and they're affecting how that storm is being read, and that's what's creating this noise on velocities here as well. There's a little bit of rotation here, but again, that's normal. There's nothing outside of the norm there on that. So we'll keep, again, I'm keeping an eye on that one because I'm seeing the lightning pick up, and it's definitely picking up in some intensity. We do have a new, is this a new scan? No, we're still waiting. 3:23, so we're 8 minutes in. We'll see when the next scan comes in. So Uh, Perfect. So Rock Pin tuning in. Wow, we have an Ottawa Storm YouTube channel. Hi from Elmer. Yes, we're trying to start out a platform where this is not just going to be in the Eastern Ontario, Western Quebec area. We would like to grow this out. Long-term plans would be ultimately my biggest goal would be across Canada. That's a lofty goal. I realize that, but if we can get the traction and people want to see this, then we think that it has the potential to do that, and we can cover, these kinds of scenarios with different offices throughout. So that's where we're headed with this. And Garvey, press the like button, everyone. Yes, pressing the like button helps us out immensely, and subscribing also to the channel. So if you do want to get notified when we do have events happening in the Ottawa region, Eastern Ontario, Western Quebec, definitely click on that, because if you turn on your notifications, you will get an alert that we're going live. And again, I mentioned at the beginning of this stream that for us, we're only going to come on when there is some potential for, heavy rain or winds. It definitely needs to be worthwhile not to just come on here and tell you it's going to be raining. So, but yes, thank you very much for making that comment. Helps us out if people are tuning in. So, what have we got going on here? So the latest scan, 329, just came in through. So that's 3-minute old data. The storm by Arden, Charlotte Lake has expanded. It's got more lightning on it. The core has not intensified. However, this storm that is just kind of hanging out, I'm just going to check just to see here. This portion of the storm seems to not be moving a whole lot. But it has heavy rain in it, so I'm just going to double check here. Yeah, it's kind of sitting in the same area, slowly moving, but it's more expanding, which on that Highway 7 area, which goes right from Innisfil here, dropping down, there, when you have these storms kind of park themselves over an area, you can end up with some flooding. So I wouldn't be surprised if any localized flooding would happen in this area if this continues to maintain and stay in that portion of the region. So let's keep that in mind if you're going on Highway 7 or you're anywhere in that area. Stittsville storm actually is even showing some intense. So it's tiny. First of all, but it has quite a bit of precipitation in here, and we're even showing a little one what am I trying to say? Oh my God, pixel! Wow, 1 pixel is purple, which when we get to purple, that starts to indicate the possibility of tiny hail happening. I don't know if that's happening in this storm. I don't think it is, but anybody in the Stittsville area, if you do have confirmation of that, you can always throw it in the comments or send us an email. Our email is at the top left corner of the stream. You can submit videos and photos in there. That's actually how Rick did it, or even off our Facebook page. So always like to see that. So if you can submit stuff, we really appreciate it. So what else have we got going on here? I'm just going to double check I'm not missing anything. Okay, perfect. What else have we got here? Tornado Pro saying the storm in Stittsville, it definitely is looks pretty strong. Yes, it definitely has intensity to it, and if it continues, it may have come off one of the boundaries actually. And I'm just gonna double check here. Oh yeah, it may have initiated as it crossed over that boundary. So we'll keep an eye on it and see what happens. But we have right now. Again, the stuff to the north is just heavier rain showers at this point. Our 3 areas of concern for anyone is the Stittsville area, Canada as well. That's got some good intensity on it. This storm here, between Lanark, Carleton Place, Franktown area, and then this one that's northwest of Charlotte Lake. Our storms out front, we were talking about tracking towards Cornwall and what they were going to do. They are dying. So these are very weak showers at this point. So we'll see how this evolves. I'm kind of curious, to be honest. So we'll stay on top of it. So what else have we got here? It's RG saying it's refueling on Mississippi Lake. Yeah, it's funny. You watch storms over the Great Lakes, for example, Lake Ontario. I watch it all the time, and you see how intense the storms are off the lake or on the lake. I mean, and as soon as they cross onto land, they weaken, and that moisture that's available to them is again storm fuel or storm juice, and allows it to get intense. So. Just seen a huge bolt from the Stittsville storm. Okay, let's zoom in here and see if it's been populated. It hasn't populated yet, but it takes some time for that to show up at times. So thank you very much. That's telling us it is intensifying, so good to know that. Rural Stittsville just rumbling. No rain yet from Allison Featherson. If you're to the south, the further south you are on the Stittsville portion of Stittsville, the less likely you are to see rain, but it's kind of on that 417 split from going towards Arnprior and the other one going towards Carleton Place. It's right over top of that area if you're familiar with that at all. So that's where it's hanging out right now. And then Karen saying in Stittsville only rain right now, which is good. Thank you for letting us know that. So Timber is commenting leading edge cloud and barometer drop in East End Orleans. So yeah, you're still a little ways out. There are some showers over Ottawa, but they are looking like they're kind of possibly dying out. I'm just looking or getting started. I can't. There's not enough pixels there, but there's probably just a little bit of light rain. That's probably it at this point. So just what else here? Heavy rain. And now Ryan saying heavy rain in Stittsville. Good to see you on the stream, Ryan, as always. Crazy winds, Pontiac area from Lacey. So that's up here towards Quino. So that's this pocket up here. So that portion of the precipitation has moved in this direction. And you're definitely getting kind of outflow probably from this storm complex up in this region here. So this here was stronger. It is weakening, and when storms weaken, you get those kind of winds dropping back to the surface and kind of shooting out from the storm, which gives you those heavier winds out front. Just a side note on information on storms. If you're ever in front of a storm, this you see more in the U.S. with the supercells that they get down there. But if you're in front of a storm and the wind is moving into the storm, you know you have an extremely intense updraft in that storm, because it's basically inhaling everything around it to fuel that storm. Most of the times when we associate with storms here, we're expecting the wind to come at us. So a little different, but if you're ever in front of a storm and it's doing that, it's definitely a strong storm. I will tell you that right now. So just going to look at this storm over Charlotte Lake area, and then we will check where this is showing on the storm itself. So it's kind of in the right spot, but there is a tiny, and again, this is nothing to worry about. This is just a tiny amount of rotation. This storm isn't strong enough that it would cause any concern, but it's an area that you want to monitor. So if anybody's learning how to read radar, you want to understand what happens to storms, you can watch this kind of area of rotation that I was just highlighting that's north of Arden. If the red and green start to get much brighter, then that is an indication of much stronger winds closer to each other, and that also tells you that they are rotating. So that's the stuff you kind of have to keep an eye on. So but again, what I'm seeing here is nothing to worry about at this point. So 335 was our last scan. I don't know if that was the one I was looking at. Okay, so there's a new one. So the Stittsville storm has expanded a little bit, and the storm over Innisville, south of Innisville, has just parked itself there, and looks like it's just dumping copious amounts of rain. So there's definitely, I mean, we're going on, let me just see the time here. So just over Innisfil or south of Innisfil, it has been raining for, we're looking at 15 to 20 minutes of heavy precipitation. At this point, possibly a little longer than that. So anybody there, you're definitely going to continue to see rain. This kind of storm has kind of stalled over the area. Shelf coming into Franktown, and so that's Todd. I'm just talking about that storm, so that's good to know. Thank you. That'll be on the front of this storm. You'll see a shelf, and what we call a shelf cloud is it's just basically a big line of a cloud in front of the storm. So it kind of looks like a shelf as a step on the front of the storm. That's what they're referring to when we say that. So nothing in Elmer yet, which I don't suspect. I'm just going to zoom out here for Elmer. If this Stittsville Canada storm and then maybe what's just popping over Kinburn might make its way into Elmer in the next 20 minutes, half an hour, roughly my guess at this point. Sharon asking about Kempville. So right now, I'll bring up the Kempville weather cam. We have calm winds. It did rain here earlier from the cells that I was showing on radar that have moved off to the east towards Winchester. If this storm that is currently sitting over Innisfil, and going into Franktown continues eastward and maintains, we will definitely see rain from that. So, but it's right now it's kind of stalled out. So, not sure what it's going to do, but we will keep an eye on it and kind of go from there. So, let me get back here to. I'm going to go radar full screen here for you folks, and oops, I definitely don't want to be moving this, so I need to lock that down. I do that sometimes, I apologize. So I'm just looking back at this storm here towards the Arden area, and it's definitely gaining size. Lightning bolts are going up on it, and there's decent precipitation, so there's areas of heavy rain in it. Right now, there is very broad rotation, so you've got a bit of red here. Your brighter greens are all the way over here. This is just a storm, nothing to be concerned about at this time. So, and I don't think it will get to the point where we need to worry about it, but we'll definitely track it with you guys. So right now, Canada starting to get into some heavier rain. Stittsville is still showing some rain. It's heavy at times, I'm sure, in the Stittsville area. There is now a couple of spots of so there's a couple of pixels of purple, but you've also got a very dark red area of precipitation in here. So this is heavy rain, maybe small hail. There's decent amount of lightning accumulating on this storm, so it's continuing to maintain its intensity, and it's moving at a snail's pace at this point. I think what we're going to see here happen if this storm doesn't move off is the gap between these two storms. This back storm is basically going to catch the front storm and then smash into it possibly. So those are things that do happen. So we'll monitor that as things progress further this afternoon. Let me get back here. So we were talking about what else here? Kempville. So Drummond Center, wind picked up, but only light rain for the moment. Good to hear, Kayla. Thank you. What else here? Will Embrem and Russell be seeing any of these storms? It's currently sunny here. Aaron, enjoy the sunny weather. We're jealous. Let me just take a look here. So there's a storm to the south, but it's not going to affect you guys. It's just rain showers. The big question mark for Russell is right out in this region here. The question mark is whether this area back here continues to move east. If it does and it maintains, then potentially you're going to see some rain at this point. So I would say it's probably more than a 50% chance of rain within hour and a half probably. But again, have to monitor what this storm is doing because it's kind of camping right now over our radar, which is kind of ironic because over the radar it's a lot less capable of seeing what's in the storm itself. So Cancelar saying dark clouds coming from the west over Little Italy and Ottawa, and that you'll be seeing that's the Canada-Stittsville storm that's happening. So definitely you're starting to see signs of it in the Ottawa area. Alliston, let me just take a look here. Give me one sec. I'm just gonna, and I'm not always, just so you guys know, I'm not always familiar with every. That's not what I wanted. I typed in Alliston and I got an airfield. Where was this? Alliston, Ontario. Come on. Where are you? There we go. So that is Alliston. Okay, so that's southwest of Barrie, I'm thinking. Alliston, let's just take a look here. There are storms that were to the west there. I will zoom out, get the radar from King. That's King's radar right there. And we'll zoom in here. So you're just southwest of Barrie, so let me line myself up here. These storms look like they're moving southeast. And I'm just, Innisfil is right there, so I'm trying to line this all up. So you might be no, you're going to be in line with these storms coming in. They are heavy rain. The lightning looks to have subsided on it, but they have a severe watch out, and these storms are severe warned, so you definitely want to keep an eye on them. But definitely you're in that kind of region where you might see that. So let me zoom back in here to just south of the nation's capital and see what we've got happening here. So we're still on that older scan, 341, 7 minutes ago. Definitely going to get another one here in the next couple of minutes coming in. So let me see here. Really nice here in Moose Creek, sunny and hot, coming from Perry Giroux. Thank you for letting me know that. You guys right now are good. However, if these storms persist and move eastward, you will maybe get some rain later on. I'm just going to show you the cycle here of what's happened. So these are the storms from earlier, and you can see there's an outflow boundary, and I'm going to highlight it here, that's come out of the storms in front. And so that boundary there has now kind of run into this storm, and I'm wondering if that's what's causing it to park itself and intensify over top of, essentially the Highway 7 and Franktown area. So again, we're monitoring that to see what happens. Sunny in Ottawa near Lansdowne Park. Yes, you should still be in the clear for a while. We will just see whether the Canada-Stittsville storms head your way there. That's a comment from Race Speed, so we'll track it. If it does start to head in that area, we're definitely going to let you guys know, and then go from there. So I'm just going to catch up on a couple of other items here. Okay. And emails are clear, so that's good. Perfect. Not showing any power outages or anything there. I wouldn't expect to see anything other than, again, this storm that's sitting over this area is definitely causing, I'd be sure there's some localized flooding happening in that area. So, okay, Cancel is saying Environment Canada showing Franktown radar shows storm moving towards Ottawa from Smith Falls area. So that's if this storm goes that way, but I'd be surprised if that's the case. Right now it's just doing something that's not normal or kind of that models could pick up on or anything like that. It's just sitting there, and so we just got our next scan. It is close to the Franktown radar. I'm zooming in. The reason I'm zooming in is to see this area right here. Normally that would indicate to me hail. But because of the close proximity, the way the beam is cutting through the storm, it's probably not hail in there. So I'm just going to look from the Watertown, New York side of things, because I'm just going to back up to see what we're... Oh, So there may be hail on this storm because it's also showing it. We're higher up in the storm, but it is also showing quite a bit of intensity on reflectivity. And I'm going to switch to a different reading here, what's called vertically integrated. Wow, liquid. Okay. So this is indicating, if this is accurate, the radar is farther away. However, it's definitely indicating that we have hail within this radar. So this white, and that's not because hail is white. That just happens to be the way the color scale works. This is definitely indicative of hail being in this storm. So if you are between Innisfil, Franktown to the south, you're probably experiencing some hail. So if you've got anything outside that can get damaged, like vehicles, I don't know the size of the hail. That's too hard for me to predict because that radar to the south is too far away and our radar is right underneath it. So I would say there's definitely a good chance of hail being just in this region right here. And I will advance the scans here so you can see that it moved kind of from just to the east of Highway 7, has now plunked itself there. And there's, if anything, there's very, very, very heavy rain in this, but I would suspect there's hail with it as well. So it's just something to keep in mind here for anybody in that region. Storms towards Canada, Stittsville have expanded. The intensity has gone down for most of it. Still heavy rain for the Stittsville area. Hasn't moved out of there yet, but definitely still continuing to have some rain there. The storm back to the southwest from McDonald's Corners, kind of north of the Highway 7 corridor, just kind of northwest of Charbet Lake. It's got an elongated look to it. Some lightning on that and heavy rain within this area here, and some of the orange spots will have heavy precipitation. So interesting. I didn't think we'd get a storm this intense, but it seems to be the theme for our live streams over the last 10 days that storms are doing more than we are expecting in the area. So this one here is the one we need to kind of keep an eye on. The rest of them at this point are just heavy rain. So just going to jump in here and look at some more comments. Anything True North trains. I'm a train nut, so that's kind of awesome that you're tuned in here. Anything coming for Cardinal? I'll just zoom back out here to show you. I don't expect anything of any intensity for Cardinal. Cardinal is kind of too far to the north right now, but it depends how this all tracks out. But for now, I would say no, nothing for Cardinal other than maybe a little bit of light rain. May I ask a question about things with weather without getting kicked out of chat from Ann Garvey? So if it's weather related, please feel free to ask a question. I'm happy to answer if I can. I do my best, but I don't have all the answers. So sent a picture, Tornado Pro saying he sent a picture of the Canada storm, so I will bring that up. Perfect. Just take a look here. Oh, perfect. So we're definitely, let me see if I can I blow this up? Yeah, there we go. So this is a picture. I'm just going to share it here. Come back in here. So this is just of the Canada storm. So just you can see to the left there's a lot of precipitation, clouds to the right, but the heavy precipitation is in the left of this photo. So thank you very much for sending that back in to us. And anybody else who wants to submit, you can email us, and the email's at the top left of the screen there. Let's take a look here. So I just got an email from Melissa Durant, and she's asking if we're going live. So I guess she's not tuned in right now, but we are live, and she's near Franktown, or no, she says here Franktown on radar. It's looking pretty bad. You going live? Sorry, I apologize. I read that wrong, but yes, not tuned in. So yes, Franktown definitely has our attention for anybody currently. So I'm just gonna respond. Perfect. Okay, let me jump back in here. I sent a picture of the Canada storm. Okay, very heavy torrential rain over Mississippi Lake. Will be flooding for sure, coming from Susie Q. That would be this portion of the storm that is sitting literally over our radar right now. So that's this right here. Definitely getting heavy rain, and it's, again, not moving quickly at all. So when it does dump like that, you definitely do get the flooding. So thank you, Susie, for that. Outflow boundary, good or bad? Ryan, that's a good question. I will tell you, when I chase down south and on the big setups, outflow boundaries are really good. They enhance storms. So it's good for storm chasers. It's not good for people who are in the path of the storms. So that's why, and sometimes outflow boundaries can kill a storm for whatever reason. If it's a cold outflow boundary, it's just inhaling cold air from outflow from the storm itself with no moisture on it. There's different things, but yes, it's definitely something that usually will enhance a storm, especially, again, on the bigger setups. Susie Q saying no hail yet. Perfect. I'm glad to hear that. Again, it's tough to call it because when the storm's over the radar, it reads weird, and then you're looking from a radar from Watertown, which is hours away. It's also looking way up in the storm, and the hail may melt before it gets down to the surface level, for example. As it falls and tumbles out of that updraft, it will just simply thaw out and fall as rain, and just heavy, heavy rain. So perfect. What else here? The other day in his... Okay, so Rainmaker Company CEO on YouTube, just watched on YouTube the other day, and is there companies that affect the weather, is my question. That's definitely one of those ones that there's no real science that says we can control anything as far as weather is concerned. The only companies I know of out west is North Dakota. It's the same company, North Dakota and Calgary. They basically fly planes into storms, and they essentially spray so that they minimize the size of the hail. They don't eliminate hail. That's not something that we don't have that ability. Calgary's last storm, I've talked about it on a stream before, was $1 billion of damage out that way. And if they were able to control it, they would try and avoid spending $1 billion in claims and causing all sorts of damage. But sorry. So Rainmaker, I saw something very brief on it. It sounds like what they do just sustains the cloud for a little bit longer, but it does not keep the storm from dying or the cloud from dying. So they're minimalistic in terms of affecting it, as far as what I read earlier, but I'm not an expert on Rainmaker at all. But nothing I've seen in the science says we can do anything in terms of controlling the weather. So, and anybody asking, it's silver iodide that they spray out in North Dakota and Calgary and Alberta. So it's just to try and minimize the size of the hail. That's what they're trying to do. Okay, let me go back here. Just started raining in Canada, coming from Donna. So those are those two little storms, and they're shrinking, which is good. So that's these storms here just to the west of Canada. So they are kind of split up, and it's still parked over Stittsville. The one that went towards Canada has kind of gone to the northern part of Canada and kind of sitting there as well. We do have this big, I'm going to say ball of precipitation right over the Franktown radar, and it's moving slowly. But if you're in front of this storm here to the east, like for example myself in Kempville, if this continues my way and continues to be as intense and moving as slowly, definitely we're going to see flooding on roads. You know, sewers won't be able to keep up with it during the storm, but it'll eventually wash itself out. There is a small cell that has popped over Inkerman to the east of Mountain and north of South Mountain. So that's something to keep in mind there. So just going to get back in here. Melissa, yeah, just emailed you and then got that you're live. Yes, I saw that. And I said that on the stream that I guess you're not tuned in. So we are talking about that Franktown storm. Perfect. Call the weak storms transformers. Their motto, more than meets the eye, coming from RG. No rain here yet south of Perth, but some nasty looking clouds moving in. Logger John, always good to see you tuned in. There's definitely, so you're going to see this, and I'm going to just back it out here. So there's a little bit of initiation happening here just to the south of Perth, and there's this boundary that's coming off this big storm that's draped back right here. And this little storm is kind of going to interact with it, and you'll see what kind of happens. It suddenly, spreads out and gets a little more intense. So we'll see if that continues to pop, or if that outflow boundary sometimes will come crashing in front of the storm and undercut it, and it just kills the storm. So it can go two ways. So we'll see what the next scan shows on that. What else have we got here? Catching up here. Any public predictions for Orleans or the east end of Ottawa? Right now, you're in the clear. You're going to be in the clear for a while. These storms have sort of stalled out that are to the west of Orleans. You're also a little bit further north. So of where the current precipitation is, most of it is tucked in south of Ottawa. Again, 2 days ago, we kind of had this same scenario, far more intense. These are nowhere near the intensity of what we saw the other day, but the one, again, here, the biggest concern we have right now is just the amount of volume of water falling out of this main storm in Franktown, and now there's another little cell popping behind it that is got some intense precipitation going through the same area, so just something to keep in mind. Drummond Center is now seeing heavy rain coming from Kayla. Thank you. Can Slosh saying, I just emailed you 3 photos from my neighborhood in Little Italy, so I'll jump into that. Take a look what I've got here. So the first one, your camera grabbed the window. Okay, perfect. Here we go. So this is just looking in Little Italy, so I'll share this up on the screen. So you can see the dark clouds starting to move into the area. And we have one more here. Looking back, that's the old, I think that was the adult high school back in the day. I don't know if it still is, but that's just kind of to the east of Preston, if I'm not mistaken. So looking towards Dow's Lake. So just dark cloud cover coming in. Thank you for submitting those in. And we will jump back to the radar here and have a quick look. Okay, perfect. So what else have we got here? Finley Creek, gloomy but no rain yet, coming from Mabs. Yeah, so you're seeing the gloominess to the west, essentially is what you're seeing. 3:59 was our last scan here. I'm going to zoom into the Franktown storm. Still parked over the radar. It is moving eastward. The storm, or the cell behind it, is grabbing some intensity, so it's picking up for precipitation. So the areas that just got rain are going to get more rain. So that's what's happening in this portion here. So Anne just commenting about Saskatchewan experiencing drought last week and hopefully getting some rain for the farmers. Yes. Actually, today they are in a severe watch out there, and there's tornado potential out in Saskatchewan and in Manitoba. Connor is out that way. I'm actually going to take a look to see where he is. because we have trackers on Connor. We always know where he is. You want to know where your assets are. So he's just in Saskatchewan on the Saskatchewan-Alberta border. So he's waiting for storms. And I mentioned earlier that we may be streaming from that area if he gets on some nice-looking storms or anything exciting. We may run a separate stream on that. If it happens at the same time as this is continuing, we can definitely have it running on the stream as well at the same time. So Todd Spencer is saying still pouring in Franktown. Liv W saying that Franktown cell is flooding for sure. It's hardly moved. I agree 100% with that. So definitely going to be some localized flooding in that whole region right by the Franktown radar. So what about the storm west of Perth? Will it hit us? So there's a couple of small cells moving in that area. So I'll just take I'll take a look for you, John. Give me one moment here. We'll zoom in. So you're going to get, like there's that boundary. It looks like it may have killed that storm. There's a little bit of rain right here coming in. And this hasn't, I'm just going to run the cycle here just to see. It is moving, but it's moving in a northeasterly kind of direction for the most part. But if it continues to track and that you'll maybe get caught by that bottom end, right now it looks like it's weakening, so it would be just rain at this point, nothing too severe on that logger, John. What else here? Melissa just emailed me some pictures. I'll go take a quick look at that. Cancel, yes, Adele High School, perfect. My memory's still good. Awesome. Just a sec here. I'm headed to Fallbrook, or RG. I'm headed to Fallbrook, Balderson area, watching these two storms come in. Oh, cool. Okay, perfect. Well, if you see anything exciting, just let us know or send me an email, and we'll fire it up as well. So we'll keep. We always try to keep an eye on, what's being submitted into the system and getting it up on the screen. Tammy also commenting on Facebook, very heavy rain coming through Franktown right now. What else have we got? Okay, perfect. So I will take a look at some photos here. Melissa, is this from the Franktown area? I'm not 100% sure. Let me just see if you sent me a previous email to that just in case. Carlton Place. My apologies. So you're in Carlton Place. So I'm just looking here. I'll bring that up. These are photos from the Carlton Place area. Definitely dark and gloomy on this storm. And again, this is from Melissa Durant. Thank you very much for sending that in. I suspect that rain is going to follow soon. Well, it depends. The storm is moving off to the east, so again, that Franktown radar, it's difficult to watch, but anybody south of Carlton Place is definitely getting some good rain. Let's take a look here. What else have we got? Yeah, okay, perfect. I'm caught up there. Just a sec here. Cheryl, anything for Osgood? Osgood is in line with this big storm that we are talking about that has kind of parked itself. It's moving very, very slowly. However, there is precipitation kind of in this area, and all of this is kind of moving in an easterly, northeasterly fashion. So Osgood being right here, you're definitely in line with this big storm. And these two pockets of precipitation. So definitely looks like you're going to see some rain there in short order based on what I'm seeing on radar right now. Perfect. Out west needs rain bad, but put these fires out and California fires out. Yeah, yes. Definitely the wildfires is something that we've been seeing a lot of over the last few years. I know this year started out pretty bad as well. I haven't looked at the latest figures in terms of wildfires, but definitely they cause so much damage, and they affect so many lives, so much livestock, people's properties and farmers. They're no fun. So, Kayla, Drummond Center is clear. Rain has stopped. Lasted about 10 minutes. Okay, perfect. That's good to know. Most of this, the only area that's going to last long with any kind of rain is going to be down in this kind of area in here. Everything else is fairly small and isolated. You can see that the Canada storm is tiny. The Stittsville storm has almost essentially disappeared. The storm that is south of Winchester is maintaining, but it's tiny again. So the meat of what we're watching is down here, Lanark, Innisfil, Franktown, Levant, just kind of to the north of Perth at this point. So, Jamie asking if anything's coming from Maitland, Brockville. At this point, I'm going to say no. You are way to the south down here. There are, I'm going to call them popcorn storms. That's what I refer to them as. There's few little pop-ups. Right now, the way they look, if they don't look to sustain, if they did amplify, then there's a potential that they will move eastward into that Brockville, Maitland, area. But again, right now you've got lots of time, and there's nothing to say that those are going to make it out that way. So I hope that helps. Had a downpour in Carleton Place, but it didn't last long. Sky is still dark. Maybe the second cell will come in, coming from Roger. Yeah, you were right on the northern edge of this storm that is just to the south of Carleton Place. So it's good to hear that that's all it was short-lived up there. But anybody who's in the path to the east of this storm, and again, there is that other cell behind it that Roger's referring to, which is this one right here, which is also getting intense with heavy precipitation, and it's going right over the same area that just had it. So some folks out there not having fun with flooding, I'm sure. Hopefully no basements or anything like that, but yeah. Comment, there should be a Canadian Weather Live Discord server. Well, that's something I can add on the list. I'm going to actually make a note of that when Connor gets back. Again, we have a lot of legwork in front of us because we're brand new, so we have to develop a lot of things, but definitely enjoy exchanging stuff with people, and Discord is great for that. So I'm going to put a note here, and we will probably at some point create a Discord server that we can share with you guys. We're also talking about doing some merch like t-shirts and stuff like that. I don't know if anybody would be interested in that. We're just looking for stuff to help support the channel so we can continue to improve the channel and bring you guys better stuff as we move along here. So what else have I got here? Tornado Pro is getting hit by the Canada storm. There's heavy rain. Good to know that. It looks like it's dying out over top of you on the last scan. So that looks like it's just dumping its core of precip, and then it'll probably disappear. And I remember we were talking about the storms to the north when we originally started this broadcast. We were talking about storms here that came through Renfrew. They have completely weakened, and it's just light rain in there. There might be a little bit of heavier rain, but mostly it's light rain. Nothing to be concerned about. But if I back up the radar, you can see how intense those were when they were over the Ottawa River and then crossed over into Quebec, and they've slowly but surely kind of come apart. So that's no longer kind of any kind of concern. I haven't been concentrating on that portion of the map. Starting to see here that Kempville doesn't look like it's going to have the split play out today. We do have this storm coming towards, it might even get into North Gower. It's probably raining in North Gower right now a little bit. But right now, this kind of area right here, we're getting some heavy rain, and there's even stuff now popping even further back west of Innisville that, giving us some more precipitation down in that area. Logger John, you were asking about you guys. This storm here, if it moves east, has some heavy rain on the northern edge of it. A little less to the south, but it's still got decent rain in it in case you're still paying attention there on the stream. So what else have we got? Garrick saying, yes, Discord is a great way to also to share pictures and info for sure. Absolutely. So the only problem is that when we, as one guy behind the computer here, I can only check so many things before I get discombobulated. So we are talking about having some people moderate the chat and stuff like that. But again, it's just going to take us time to do this. But, we will over time get to these things. It's just a fair bit of work. So heavy rain, Fallbrook right after I took pics I just sent. So RGD sent something in. So I'll take a look. And that's Rick. Definitely. Perfect. Thank you, Rick, for sending those in. I'll share that up as well. So these are storms, Fallbrook south towards Glen Tay. So you can see that left side is the leading edge, and then you can see how it just gets gray in there. That telephone pole looks like it's seen better days, by the way. Lots of precipitation in there. So definitely heavy rain, as he was saying. So, and then there's a subsequent photo here where you can see the rain shafts back behind that tree in the center, just showing that line of clouds, and then behind it all the rain coming in. So thank you for sending that in, Rick, as always. And let's get back to this. Okay, so thanks, Connor, for posting Tom's YouTube. Love following you both. That's from Lacey. Yeah, Connor and he's actually out west. I'm the one who actually posting on his page just to let people know that we're going live, that kind of thing. So Connor and I are teamed up. I mean, he's obviously still doing everything he's been doing all along with Connor Mock at Storm Chasing. So forecasts, all that is still going to be there. This is just something in addition to it that should enhance the experience for anybody that's looking to tune in. I think where we will pay dividends in terms of watching the channel, severe weather is one portion, but winter time is going to be the other one for traveling, and we're going to try and be able to give you guys up to the minute reports for anywhere where there's heavy snowfalls, where roads are a disaster, that kind of stuff, just getting information out to people. So glad you're tuning in, Lacey, and we look forward to hopefully seeing you on future streams as well. So Canadian Timbit saying, I might have to rescue teens on bikes. Yeah, that would not be fun, but hopefully you have an easy way to do that. So we'll keep our fingers crossed for you, but a little rain never hurt anybody. I remember as a kid biking through rain, but my parents definitely didn't like the black stripe up the back of my shirt from the tire throwing all the mud and whatever, but I survived. So get a sticker made up, very popular with us YouTube channelers. I didn't know you can get a sticker done, so something I'm learning. So I'm an old guy, so I'll definitely look at if you guys want some kind of sticker for Canadian Weather Live in the YouTube chat. I'll do some digging on that as well, and I always appreciate the feedback, so it's awesome. Sticker, perfect. Made a note. We'll dig into it. So Logger John, other than some nasty looking clouds, still no rain southwest of Perth. Yeah, if you're southwest, you're probably in the clear, to be honest with you. Everything's going to be to your north. It's definitely sticking that way at the looks of it. Now, some stuff has popped over Smith Falls, so that initial where I thought it had killed that storm, We've now gotten some showers over Smith Falls, and now everything is starting to expand out. So that lead storm has come off the radar. Apologize for zooming in and out like that. It has come out of the radar hole for the most part. Heavy precipitation with it. There's only it looks like one lightning bolt, so nothing in terms of that intensity, but it does look like it's going to hit Kempville, possibly Burt's Rapids. North Gower is going to get in on the game, and then we're going to head east from there if it sustains. Osgood, Hullville, Mountain, those will be your areas of precipitation, but you're starting to see a line form here on that boundary that I was highlighting. This is what happens with boundaries sometimes. So that was coming off this initial storm, and we talked about it and I highlighted it, and you're starting to see storms pop on it. So that's what's kind of creating that arc. Also, the proximity to the radar does that as well. It kind of gives it an arc look, but I suspect this has to do with that boundary that was left by the initial storm. So let me jump back in here. That hydro pole looks like it gets some nasty wind over the years longer, John. Yeah, I was noticing that too. She's hanging on for dear life, but it's amazing what it'll take to make a hydro pole fold over. I've seen some down in the U.S. I mean, I've been in 140 kilometer hour winds, and they're still hanging on. When they're near tornado warned storms, that kind of thing. So. Rain just started in North Gower, very dark to the west and thundering. Martin, appreciate you telling me that. I kind of suspected that was going to be the case, but that definitely confirms it. So thank you. And Rick just saying heavy just north of Perth, but south of the Mississippi River now. So yeah, that's what I was talking about. Southwest of Perth, you're not really going to see anything right now. I am going to zoom back out. So we were asking about Cornwall earlier, and I was talking about the two little storms down here and my suspicion of them not lasting. They are dying out right now as it currently sits. So Cornwall right now looks to be in the clear for the most part for anybody tuning in from the Cornwall area. Let me just have a look here. Do you think there's a possibility of microbursts today coming from Tornado Pro? I don't think these storms will get it intense enough that we could see that kind of thing. I think it's a very, very, very slim chance of anything like that happening. But I always make this comment. I don't believe in zeros and 100%. There's always that slight chance, even if it's 0.01%. So. Okay, I see what you're saying. You're talking about having stickers, vinyl stickers made up so that we can share and put them on cars. So Connor's car needs to have some vinyl done to it, so that's on our plan as well. So yeah, we will progress with this, and definitely if, we're always, open to ideas. So stickers might be a thing we get into, and we can get them out there. So thank you for the suggestion there. And let's take a look here. I'm just going to double check something. I'm going to get out of this email. I apologize. Just going to do some... that was a little while ago. I missed an email here, unfortunately. Paula Champagne saying wind has picked up in Maberly. Lots of distant thunder, but still sunny out there. So that was an email update that we got in, and but that was about half an hour ago, so I did miss that. I apologize. Let's just take a look here. 4:17 p.m. We're about 7 minutes out. I am definitely hearing, so I'm hearing thunder coming in, and I have this old habit of looking out my window, even though I have a camera that can see that. But if you look at the very top left corner, it's starting to get dark in that corner right under the live icon, and the wind is going to start picking up. So as it rolls through here, I'll probably throw that up on the screen just so we can see. And my windows are up today. I struggled with that the other day on the live stream. Kept forgetting to put my windows up, so I did it ahead of time today. So won't be an issue. But heading back to this kind of cluster of rain and storms, we're talking kind of in this area here. is what's the most, and this is heading eastward. So I'll just play the loop here, and you can kind of see how the northern stuff has died off, and everything kind of to the south, with all these boundaries crashing into each other, have kind of caused this to explode a little bit. I suspect it will track a little bit north, but the primary direction is in the easterly direction anyways. So yeah, we'll continue to track this, but definitely lots of rumbling. I still don't, in case I lose power, I lost power the other day in the stream. I don't have the equipment yet. It's still yet to arrive to put some UPSs on the computers and our internet. But we had some power blips that happened. So if it happens again today, I apologize. Fix is coming, but we will jump back on live as soon as we can. So just keep that in mind. If I do go down, I will jump back on as soon as possible. So the latest scan 423, we are 426. So zooming in here, because the front portion of this storm is definitely getting active, and this is between North Gore and Kempville, heading kind of towards Hallville. It is getting the lightning. I'm hearing it. I'm hearing kind of consistent lightning right now, but this is our pocket of intensity right here. We even have 1 pixel of purple, so there's going to be some seriously heavy rain in there, and maybe pea-sized hail, but I'm skeptical on that just because of the 1 pixel. But definitely east of there, we're starting to see rain coming kind of out of Smith Falls, so Burritts Rapids, Merrickville, Oxford Station. I was down in Bishop's Mills the other day, looking at damage from the wind that went through there to see. I put my drone up to take a look and see if there was any evidence of any kind of rotation. We did find some interesting I found damage in a field where trees were lying in multiple different directions. However, nothing to show circulation that would be on the ground. So that tornado warning the other day did not have any kind of touchdown that I could see, and I drove all the way from Jasper to Spencerville. Definitely saw damage. I mentioned earlier on the stream, torn shingles off roofs, broken, uprooted trees, but they were in small pockets here and there, and it wasn't anything evident other than obviously straight line winds. So pouring hard at your camp right now. Kira Kylie, I'm not sure your camp, because I don't have a camp, so I'm assuming you're speaking about your camp. I don't know where that is, but if you could let us know, that'd be awesome. Another one popping up by Arden, down by the Highway 7 corridor. So, yeah, you've got a cell there that has decided to kick in. Thank you for that. Always good to have multiple eyes here while I'm talking. So, definitely a storm here on Highway 7 that has gotten going in the last couple of scans. It went from nothing in about 4 scans. We've got a good precip with some lightning on that right on the edge of the Highway 7. So if you're driving through that, just slow down and it'll be over pretty quick when you're driving through it. And we'll continue to, I'll zoom back out a little bit here just to keep this whole thing in there. 4:23 p.m. 6 minutes ago, so our new scans will come out here in 3 minutes or so, and we'll update as we go along there. Julian and Denton, could Ottawa get severe storms tomorrow? There is potential for storms in the eastern Ontario region, and models are showing isolated cells. However, where they're going to track is too hard to say this far out front, but within the area of the nation's capital and eastern Ontario, there's definitely a chance for isolated storms tomorrow, kind of like what we're experiencing right now. Models were showing, isolated storms. This is a larger cluster, but they're individual cells, essentially, that are just kind of tracking along together. So hard to say for tomorrow, to be sure, but the possibility is there. So if it does happen and it's anything to be of any kind of consequence, I'm ready to go live tomorrow as well. So I've kind of set that time aside. So so give me a sec here. Could Ottawa get some? Oh yeah, okay. Will it come through Manotick? Just looking here. Manotick's probably too far north. Oh, my brother's yeah, sorry. My light bulb came on here. Kira, my brother's camp by Innisville. Yes, he has a hunt camp there. Uh, wow, it's probably underwater at this point. Anyways, yes, he has a camp right there, so it was definitely raining there. So thank you for letting me know that. Sorry I didn't clue into it right away. Brain didn't associate there, but thanks. Manotick again, back to that. Sorry. To the north right now, I think Manotick is okay. You might get a sprinkle here and there, but the meat and potatoes is all the way down south here. So I don't think Manotick's going to get in on the game based on what I'm seeing here. Light rain just started in Little Italy. No lightning. Still a few dark clouds to the south of the adult high school coming from Kansas. So yeah, you've got very light showers on there. It's barely showing on radar. So it's more probably the precip is more at lower elevation within the storm because it's not showing too much on the radar. So I'm waiting to see what this next scan shows here. I'm going to just take a look here at our weather camera. So wind is still pretty docile here. I can see it getting darker and darker in that top left corner, so I suspect that the rain isn't too far off, but we'll continue to monitor that. If you're able to remove the extra windows on the camera screen, we might be able to read the names on radar. Thank you. From Dame of Crohn's. Oh, Dame of Crohn's. That's a cute name. Yeah, I try and keep it split up, but I do have a full screen on the radar that you can get. I guess it depends what you're watching it on, whether it's TV or not, but that's as big as I can get with our radar. But essentially right now, if you're in the Franktown, Innisville, east of Kempville, that corridor right now is where all the rain is kind of sticking to. So kind of wimped out. Yes, well, it does happen, and it's definitely one of those things. A lot of lightning I'm showing on the isolated storms to the west, the cluster back there. There's a lot of lightning that suddenly showed up to the northwest of Lanark around Levant and Middleville, sorry. So definitely getting some action in terms of lightning out that way. Let me just go back here. And should I expect anything in Russell, Ontario coming from Fab Fowers? It is not likely. You guys are just going to be on the northern edge of it. I think it will pass to the south of Russell based on what we're seeing right now. So latest scan is coming in, so I'm going to just zoom back in here. Lots of lightning on this leading storm that's coming in. Definitely partially into North Gower, Burritts Rapids, Merrickville. You're going to have rain there very shortly. It may have weakened a slight bit. Yes, so it definitely weakened a little bit on this last scan, this lead storm. So we'll continue to monitor if it does weaken. I do know the storm shield in Kempville sometimes kills storms even, so maybe that's happening today. We'll keep an eye on that. So South Mountain, Winchester, be seeing this second one. So it could. All of this looks like it's heading that way. Again, Winchester, if this heads due east, Winchester is definitely in that area. South Mountain is definitely in that line because this is all precipitation in here, the way this looks here. So you're definitely possible in the next hour. I did note that this storm was weakening on the last scan, so if it continues to weaken on the next scan, we may be seeing a trend where storms just can't pass the 416 essentially, because that's where all the storms to the north died off. There may be just drier air out front and causing these storms to die out a little bit. So let me just have a look back here. What else is it? Okay, I think I'm caught up. Okay, so question from Canslaw asking about baby clouds, small individual clouds under a big storm. If they're like darker clouds, it could be what we call scud, and it's just air being drawn up into the storm, and it condenses as it's going up into the storm. Underneath the updraft, that kind of thing. So it could be what we refer to as scud. I'd have to see a photo to be sure, but that's probably what it is just the scud that you're seeing rising off the surface and coming up to the bottom of the storm and then being absorbed into the updraft of the storm itself. So it's just moisture condensing essentially, and it's nothing out of the ordinary. So let me just take a look here. We are 4:29, so we've still got a bit of time to go. I'm just going to put this up here and take a look. I'm going to zoom a little bit out. So this storm back here, lots of rain packed in here. All the way down to the very edge of Perth, essentially. There's a lot of rain up in this area here, so definitely been there for a while, raining fairly hard, decent amount of lightning on it as well. So again, we've been talking about a bit of flooding happening with the storm that's been trailing slowly, so definitely got to keep an eye on this. So I'm just going to double check I don't have anything I'm missing on the social media side. Okay, so we're good there. Huh. Interesting. So, I'm just looking in one of our chats. Sorry for the Eastern Ontario Storm Chasers group. There's the photo from one of the guys, Mike, just showing the storm as it's coming in. I'm just gonna see if he'll let me post it for you guys. Okay, so 4:35, this scan just came in. So yes, the storm looks to be weakening for sure. The intensity dropped off of it quite a bit, and it hasn't even gotten, I don't think it's really gotten much closer to Kempville. It's kind of pushed north a little bit. So right now, you're seeing a lot of the red disappear, and it's now going to more orange and yellow. So definitely a sign of the storm weakening somewhat. There's still plenty of rain behind it, not moving too much. Very slow movement on these storms now. So anybody who's getting rain, these things are kind of parking themselves. Very slow movement from them all. I'm just kind of looking at the one at Arden. It has expanded, but raining heavy and not moving super quick at this point. So what else here? Yeah, Tornado Pro, Scud clouds for tornadoes. Yeah, I have a name for those types of clouds. I have used the acronym on here is SLC, or scary looking clouds. They definitely look menacing, but they are just kind of hanging there under the storm. That's definitely a common misconception for it. So Mike has said I can share this, so I'm going to put it up. This is the storm just to the kind of the north of Kempville. Mike is on it, so I'll bring it up here. Whoops, wrong button. So this is the storm. It's got a bit of a shelf forming on the front of it. I actually think I know exactly where this road is. So just a storm coming in behind it. It's got a shelf on it. I don't think that's a wall cloud at this point. Wall cloud is starts to reference a strong storm that's intensifying, and wall clouds will form before tornadoes will form for the most part. So this is just looking like a shelf cloud, and based on the storm somewhat transitioning or dying, I'm suspecting that's just a shelf cloud that's come in. So I'm just going to thank Mike there for allowing us to put that on. Okay, and Connor's just chiming in here on a chat saying he's definitely streaming later today, so we will get his video up if it's during this time. And he's also letting me know there's a loud chime coming in on our email, so I am going to turn that off so we don't have that. I didn't even kind of realize that, so that's now fixed. Thank you, Connor, for letting me know. It's always good to get help. Okay, what else have we got going on? So I'll jump back in here. What else here? Looks like they fizzled. Yeah, so if you're referring to the storms are definitely weakening out front, but again, we will see if that continues to be the downward trend or if it's just going through a cycle right now. So Logger John, we missed the action again southwest of Perth. Almost every storm so far this summer has went north of us. That's frustrating, especially if you need some precipitation for your lawn, your plants, if you're into the farmers down there, that kind of thing. It definitely is a problem. So Hollywood Quad saying rain has started in North Gower, and it's based on radar. It's starting to reach out that way, so it might get a little more intense. We'll see if that storm is maintaining or if it's dropping down. So what time is it? 4:35. So yeah, we're almost next scan. So I'll bring this up here and we'll look at it in more detail. So again, southwest of Ottawa, same area as we had 2 days ago where we had that intense severe storms that came through. This is nowhere near that, but definitely getting a lot of rain and a lot of lightning in certain small areas. Barely any wind associated with this, so I'm going to take a look here. We did get a little bit of precipitation coming out of this. It's dead calm almost outside, so very little air movement on the surface here, and I'm starting to think the Kempville Kempville shield is starting to work again and might be killing this storm as it comes towards us, but you can see that there's still lots of lightning on that more northern portion of this storm that's out front. So definitely something to heed if you're outside. Rain heavy at times, but definitely some solid density of lightning out that way. So cell near Charbet. Yeah, I'm curious what it's doing because it was more intense earlier, but it's also going through an environment that was already kind of a bit used up with storms before, but we'll see what the scan shows here at any second now. We should have an update just to see what we're going to experience here, so we'll keep an eye on that. I'll leave up the radar on full screen and go from there. Yeah, lots of rumbling at my house. I'm definitely hearing all the rumbling from this storm, just to my west and northwest, I guess. So we'll see. 4:35. Come on, we need to get this update. Okay, let's pan back out here and we'll wait patiently. There it is. Okay, so it's not necessarily weakening. It's just kind of transformed what it's doing. The storm out front here has gotten back to some intensity. So you can see that it has kind of expanded southward towards, so it went through Burt's Rapids. It's heading for Kempville for sure. So the storm shield definitely isn't going to work today. So Oxford, Mills, Kempville, up to North Gower, definitely an intense pocket of precipitation, kind of tucked in this area right here, and essentially moving in these general directions towards the 416 right now. So that's what's happening there. The storm to the back here, down by Sharbot Lake, as was pointed out by Logger John, I believe it was. Sorry, it's definitely picking up some intensity here. So lots of rain, a bit of lightning. Most of the rain is to the north of Highway 7, and coming off of a boundary there. So let's just switch this up a little bit and get back to this and see if I'm going to see any rain on my camera and at my house. It definitely looks that way, and it looks like it could be raining fairly heavy, but we'll keep monitoring that. So Rick saying rain is intense. Is in intense pockets on the 511 between Balderson and Tatlock, it looks like, which would be down kind of right here. So that's that storm that we were talking about. Or is this the 511? No, yeah, that has to be up here, I suspect. I could be wrong, but let's have a look here. So Logger John, is there a storm that sticks out in your memory that was really bad? In recent memory, obviously the Derico that came through in 22, I want to say that was. That definitely was really bad. And then also the storms that happened the other night in very recent memory would be the stuff that came down from north through Mattawa and then dropped down through here. That caused quite a bit of damage. As we all know, it also ended up unfortunately taking several lives in the national park that was, or in the provincial park, I should say, just up by west of Mattawa, which would have been way up here, down, Mattawa right up here. So those are the ones that kind of stick out in terms of storms. I mean, in recent memory, and then the tornadoes in 2018 was the other one. That was September of 2018. So definitely we've had some events where it hasn't been fun around here for a lot of people. So Tornado Pro sent an email. Okay, we'll go take a look at that. What else have we got here? Yeah, Tornado Pro. Yeah, Derico. Exactly. That's what I was. Sorry, I was just talking about that. So, 511 north from Perth to Calabogie. Oh, okay. So you're just cutting through. Yeah, so you're cutting through the pockets of rain on the storm. That's kind of north of Perth. Gotcha. Understood. So, gonna see here. I expect to see some rain here any second at my house. I'm kind of surprised it's not already raining, but let's have a quick look here. Yeah, nothing raining yet. And as long as my power stays on, I'll be a happy camper. That way I don't have to restart the stream or anything like that. So what else have we got here? Eastern Ontario. Yeah, there's definitely some decent cape available for the storms tomorrow. Although I'm curious to see, Tornado Pro, what this does. These storms are definitely doing more damage to the environment than the models predicted. So this will obviously have a fallout effect for tomorrow. So we'll see how the environment can recover after these storms. Biggest thing will be if cloud cover moves out and we can get some sunshine to restore the environment. So interesting, this storm has kind of shot a portion of heavy precip to the south of Kempville. I'm just going to look at seeing how this is progressing. So nothing in terms of rotation or winds that are of any concern. If you're between Burritts Rapids and Oxford Mills, you are going to see some heavy rain right in this little ball right here. It looks like it'll go to the south of Kempville, but there is still plenty of rain in this storm right here for the Kempville region. So I'm on the very northern edge of Kempville. I'm literally a couple hundred yards south of the Ottawa border, city of Ottawa border, I should say. So I'll probably just get the top portion of it, but if all this other stuff that's trailing back here makes its way, it should be raining here for some time anyway. So we'll keep an eye on that. So what else here? Rain started in Osgood, thunder a bit too to the west. Yeah, so you're hearing to the southwest. That's that storm I was just referring to that's coming into Kempville. The heavier portion is to the south of Osgood right now in terms of rain, but you're still going to see some rain up there. LMM thundering and getting dark north of Kempville, yes. So this camera is facing north, and I can see that it has just started to rain. I can very lightly see it on the camera itself, not the highest resolution camera in the world for sure, but it's definitely started to rain here, so we'll see if that picks up. And if this sticks on top of us for a while, this road sometimes definitely has a bit of flooding that happens, so I will track that and keep an eye out on that as well. What else here? Thunder and rain starting here southwest of Oxford Mills. Ron Finley, perfect. Okay, so yeah, you're getting a bit of rain, but so this is expanding even further south based on the radar scan at 4:47, which was 5 minutes ago. You're probably seeing some of this precip in here intensifying, and it's just not showing on this radar scan, but it will on the next one. So what else here? Okay. Question for Tornado Pro. You can answer that one. I mean, I think tomorrow they're showing some isolated storms are possible within the region. But it's hard, again, with the way these storms are going through the area. It's definitely changing the environment for what will be available tomorrow for storms. So if they stay isolated, then I mean, if the environment's still good, there's a possibility of some decent isolated storms tomorrow. We rarely get supercells in this area of any kind of caliber, so no, tomorrow I definitely don't see a supercell for me. When you've seen what a real supercell is, you've got storms with 60,000 foot tops on them. They are massive in scale, and just ingesting the environment out in front of them with hail on them the size of golf balls to baseballs. Supercells in our area definitely don't compare, and it's very rare that we actually get them. A lot of times people mislabel storms as supercells, and they're not. I mean, supercells are the top of the weather world in terms of what they're capable of doing and that kind of stuff. So definitely I doubt that there would be any supercells in the environment tomorrow that are happening. So that's my 2 cents anyways. Freedom 22, it doesn't seem to be very windy at the moment. Are you commenting on my camera or at your house? I'm not 100% sure, but definitely not on my camera. The wind has completely, died off essentially. We'll see what this next scan here, 4:47. We are 2 minutes out from the next scan. Could a squall line develop tomorrow? No, that's very unlikely, to be honest with you. So tomorrow, like I said, models were just showing small isolated storms throughout the area, and squall line would require definitely a different environment, and that's not present tomorrow. Okay, Freedom 22, thanks. Yeah, definitely quiet on my camera. It's kind of eerie how quiet it is. Um, I just want to see how this storm moves forward in the next scan, because I'm sitting. Let me just take a look here. I am probably right here on. That's my bullseye. Anyways, that's see if how that expands in here, to see if any rain picks up on my camera and in the Kempville area. So we'll zoom back out here. I'm just going to look. There are some storms way to the north there. Okay, so this is our latest scan at 4:53. So I'll bring this up full screen. And so we have our storm has kind of shifted the intensity more south. The northern portion of the storm has kind of receded. You can see it's barely even, in North Gower at this point, or North Gower. I've been, I had a comment yesterday. I've just always said North Gower, but it's North Gower is apparently the right way to pronounce it. So I'm going to try and remember that. But yes, excuse me. It looks like this southern portion of the leading cell has definitely got the more intensity on it. So Kempville and south of there will definitely have a good amount of rain. I don't know if it will get into Oxford Station proper itself. It's probably going to stick to the north of that. Our storm is firing again, a new updraft happening just north of Arden, exactly the same spot as before. So just intense rain on Highway 7 there for a small portion. If you're driving on the Highway 7, it won't last for too long. So, and then we have all this heavy precip coming over Franktown and Innisfil area again, followed up with some more rain there. So we'll keep an eye on that. So let me have a gander here. So the Moors have submitted some photos here at the 416 just now. So I'm just looking to see. So that's got to be near the Kempville area, just because of the way that leading storm is coming in. Okay, I'll throw these up. Let me just bring this here onto the share screen. So this is a storm. This is right on the 416, obviously, right with an overpass there. And you can see heavy precip on the right there. Nice looking clouds. And that's kind of panning a little further to the right. That is south of Kempville. If I visually can see, I think that's the Breeders buildings that are out there. I think that's Eastern Breeders. I don't know if that's what it's still called, but I think that's where it is. So that's heavy precipitation coming into just south of Kempville and for Kempville itself. So thank you for sending that in. That, like I said, came in from the Moors. Let's go back here to that and continue to watch as this storm moves eastward. So if it persists, South Mountain, Hallville, that kind of thing is coming up. So they're going to be seeing action from this storm. What else have we got here? Okay, so Paul Demarche is asking, Paul from Toronto, are there going to be thunderstorms coming to Toronto today or going to fly off? So let me just quickly zoom out here and take a look at Kingstown radar. There are storms to the north going into the Newmarket area. I'm going to just play the cycle here so I can understand what's happening on this radar. So they are probably going to stay north of Toronto unless something fires to the west of Toronto itself. These storms will trail to the north for the most part and will probably miss Toronto in terms of Toronto proper down by the lake, just to answer that question. So let me get back here and go to Franktown again and zoom back in and take a look here. So again, all of this is southwest of Ottawa, now just getting kind of south of Ottawa. So what else have we got here? Air is eerily still in Orleans. No rain yet. Even the birds have stopped chirping coming from timber. Orleans probably going to be in the clear in terms of most precipitation today. So I don't know if the birds know anything that we don't. But right now, definitely nothing in terms of rain in that direction. So Jason, oh, your first pronunciation is correct. The W is not pronounced. So it is North Goer. Okay, well, there you go. I'm learning. And I'm trying to kill off these notifications that are coming in. I don't want them coming in. So let me just turn notifications. And I'm just hearing that the rain is also... I just turned it off and it's coming in still. Technology. It's only good when it works. So let's go to... So now we can definitely see that the rain has picked up, the wind has picked up, and we're starting to get this edge of the storm coming in. So definitely the precipitation has reached our region. And I'm going to bring up our next scan here shortly because 4:53 was our last scan, and I'll bring that up on the screen for us to have a look at. 5:02 p.m. Is what our current time is, so this will update at any moment, and it just did. So let me get back to that. Actually, I'll go full screen here. So you can see that the storm coming into Kemptville has died off somewhat. It stayed in the same area, got intense, then moved its precipitation to the south, and now has kind of spread out and weakened. So there's still heavy rain, as you can see based on the camera I was showing you, but this storm definitely looks like it's weakening somewhat, and it's not maintaining intensity. Charbet Lake storm still over Highway 7 down Arden area, so there are some heavy spots on Highway 7 that will be slow going in that heavy precipitation. And then again, we still have rain back here coming back into Innisfil, Franktown, Lanark region where this original storm that's out front over Kemptville originated. So we'll getting some decent rain back in that area as well. So what else has got here? Some more pictures. Oh, it's the same email. It just came in multiple times for some reason. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to see. Yeah, still maintaining good precipitation here, and this is obviously just outside my house. So good soaking here. The grass is definitely going from brown and being a little more green now, especially after the last few days of rain in Kemptville. 2 days ago we got some good rain there as well, so definitely improving things as far as the lawns are concerned. But I suspect that this might be in the process of dying, but I'm just going to activate this here and just kind of look at what transpires, how this all progressed. And I'm just looking at the stuff at the back to the west. It's also looks like it's dying as well. Everything on this screen that we're looking at definitely lost some intensity in the last scan. So if it continues to downtrend, then these storms might just end up dying out. And we did notice that with storms that did pop out front, for example, the ones that were near Canada, Stittsville, completely gone at this point. We do have a pocket of precipitation kind of out front. These are kind of where your lines are on your precipitation, and then down to the south we're kind of in this area here, minus the storm that's over Highway 7, Charbot Lake, Arden area. So let's take a look here. Paul DeMarsh, thanks Tom, have a great day. Thanks, no problem, happy to help where I can, so that's not a problem. Crazy, but some animals do know before we do. Oh, 100%. You can watch like earthquake videos. It always amazes me. Cats, they can obviously hear that subsonic sound when before an earthquake hits, because you can see cats scattering and you're standing there wondering what's going on, and then 5 seconds later the ground is shaking. So it always amazes me how animals can pick up on that kind of stuff. RG Wheeler, is that just lower level winds taking it? Well, I'm not sure what would be killing this, but I'd have to look at the environment out front of it in terms of that question. A rolling. Oh, sorry, I missed the first part of the question. For the question for those who know more, I'm watching a rolling scud moving southwest, while the main cloud bank is moving east southeast, and it's so it could be the storm dying, and there's outflow falling. Sorry, not outflow. The main mass of the storm is starting to collapse, and if that's what's happening with these storms dying, they come crashing to the earth, and you get that outflow pushing in all different directions. So that may be what is carrying it, which is that lower level winds from these storms actually dying out. So if you've ever, if you take water and stand and pour it, you can see it splashes out in a big circle. Well, that's the same concept somewhat that happens when a storm suddenly goes from being intense to just dying out. All that liquid, being the environment, comes crashing to earth and then has nowhere else to go but spread out. So that's probably, Rick, what you're seeing. And again, I'll be able to confirm that with the next scan, which should be at any moment, because if all of this is weakening, then that's what's happened, is the environment is no longer willing to sustain these storms, and they're kind of crashing upon themselves, essentially. Yeah, Freedom 22, it did pick up for a little bit on my camera, but nothing to write home about, that's for sure. So I'm just looking here. And I'm just trying to turn off all my notifications. I have no idea what's going on, because it's not been a problem before, but of course today it is. So sorry, I was just going to look to see how it's raining. Yeah, it's just minor rain in front of my house. Nothing to get excited about at all, unfortunately. So fortunate for those people. Whoa, okay. So the Kempville storm picked up some intensity. I will bring that up on the full screen. And this is what happens with storms sometimes. They go through a cycle. And clearly that's the case here, because we had a definitive drop in intensity on the last scan. So we went from this red and orange pocket to it spread out, lost some intensity, and now we are getting more intensity between Kempville and Oxford Station, along with even a lightning bolt. So heavy rain about to get on to the 416 highway north to south, and go from there. So Logger John, thanks Tom, I will check in later if something crazy happens. Yes, I don't expect anything crazy to happen, other than if Connor gets on something. So if he gets on something crazy, I will definitely be streaming that, just for those who are enthusiasts to see some nice storms from Saskatchewan area. I suspect is where Connor's still at today. So Willie R, there seems to be no sound on channel. Interesting. Connor, oh, okay. No issues from our end. Make sure your stream isn't accidentally muted. Got you. Yeah, I was going to say I had sound issues right when I started on the stream today, but we fixed that pretty quickly. It was a technical glitch. But actually, Connor, if you're monitoring this, can you confirm if the Closed caption feature is available to click on. I think I set it up right this time for it to work, but I haven't actually had confirmation, or I missed it if I did, and I apologize. But I try to keep up with comments, but there are a lot at times. So and we appreciate all the comments. It's just I can only get to so many at the same time. So yeah, we're watching definitely a lot of rain in a corridor here that we can highlight, kind of in this area right here, and moving eastward. So this would kind of come north of Morrisburg, probably get into Ingleside, and might get into Cornwall at this point if this storm continues. So, oh, that's perfect. Thank you guys for letting me know. Because I said at the beginning we had some comments that it wasn't available on past streams, and we thought YouTube just did it based on when we launch our stream, but it turns out I have to go in and set some things up differently for it to operate. So today's the first time, and I'm glad that it's working, because that way people can access that feature if need be. So good to hear. So we're going to keep our eye on Sharbot Lake and the Kemptville Oxford Station storm. That's our big one. And then it looks like Carleton Place might be getting into some rain here with Almont, Innisfil, and Franktown, just that storm over the radar. And while we've got some time, I will back out here and take a look at stuff from the U.S. radar, just to see what the reflectivity looks like, and so this is from farther away, so it's not as indicative, but yeah, we definitely have a good storm over that Middleville, Innisfil, Carleton Place area. Franktown's got some good precip on it, and then we have this Kemptville Oxford Station portion, and one last one to the southwest down by Arden. So those are our main areas of precipitation this afternoon. And then we'll switch back to our regular radar just so we can monitor it a little bit in higher resolution than we have been before. So question whether anything's heading towards Ottawa. Again, this is all to the south right now, so I don't see Ottawa getting anything unless something pops to the west of Ottawa. There's some stuff happening back here down by Balaclava. I didn't even know we had a town named Balaclava, but it's kind of cycling, and it's not really moving. This is moving north, and it's got a boundary following it behind it, essentially. That's one scan too far. That's the beginning. So it is just heading north at this point. So unless something goes west of Ottawa and moves east, I don't see Ottawa getting in on the game at this point. So I am going to take a small break here. I need to grab a drink of water. I forgot to bring it up with me, so bear with me. I will be back, and we'll see what happens here as we progress on the next scan. I will throw my weather cam up. Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna get reset here. Hopefully I didn't miss anything exciting. And we'll come back here. Okay, let's go to radar full screen. Has this updated 511? We literally just got this update, so let's have a gander here. So the rain really continues between Kemptville and Oxford Station. Intense rain just above the 416, so driving in that's not going to be fun. Storms to the west continue over the Franktown radar and back through Innisfil and Middleville. So I will jump back on here and see if there's any comments. Kim Vivian, torrential downpour near Kemptville at the moment. Yes, that it to the south is really bad. So yes, if you're south of Kemptville and north of Oxford Station, you are getting an absolute torrential downpour. That's right. Danny T. Balaclava is such a small town. Yes, yeah, it's probably very small population there. So what I was going to say here, Connor, the radar we use is in real-time data. The Weather Network or Environment Canada radar on their apps show predicted radar in the future, which is very inaccurate. Yes, 100%. So that's a good comment. Thank you, Connor, for putting that in there. We are definitely seeing what is being fed to us right from the radar itself as it scans the environment. So there's nothing predictive or anything like that. This is straight up just what the environment is out in front or outside of this radar scanning. So we are seeing it as it comes in. Now, again, it is delayed data because even our latest scan at 511, which updated at 514, is 3 minutes old. So we're always seeing stuff in the past, I guess I could say. So just stuff to keep in mind when we're discussing all this. And I'll bring myself back into the layout here and we'll see where this storm heads off. If it continues east, it definitely has re-intensified. So that is heading towards, like I said, Ingleside. Might be between Morrisburg and Ingleside, essentially on the map there. So anything for Winchester right now, just minor rain. Looks like the heavy precipitation is to the south of Winchester, so definitely gonna miss most of the precipitation right now as it sits with what we're seeing on the radar. So what else here? Could you give us information on Flesherton, Ontario? Let me find out where that is. I will look that up right now and see if I can give you some kind of idea. There we go. Okay, that's so you had storms, or you're still having probably storms there today. From earlier, so I'll zoom back out here. There was a tornado warning even down that way earlier. It looks like the severe stuff has moved out of that area. I'm just gonna, move in here. So there's Flesherton literally on your map. The storms, yeah, you went through some intensity there. So you've had a bit of a banger afternoon with all the lightning and thunder and heavy rain. But I'm just going to look to see. There were a couple of cells popping back to the west. There's one to the northwest that you can see on the radar here. So if more storms pop, you're probably going to see a little bit more rain. But right now behind you, it's for the most part, it's clear. So that's the best I can do in terms of Flesherton. There are more storms over the lake coming. So you might see a second round of weather, but hopefully not as severe as what you saw earlier today. And I'll move back into here, into Kemptville area, or to Kemptville, south of Ottawa. What else here? Flusher, 10 is worth. That's just voice to text probably, or just a texting thing. Yeah, that's where that tornado warning was, Rick. Yes, agreed. Question if there's a way to see how much CAPE is in the environment currently. So I don't use it up here, but the National Weather Service has stuff you can monitor, but Sasquatch is a really good app for storm chasers. So yes, you can see roughly what's available out there in terms of CAPE. So Sasquatch I used to use when I was storm chasing in my truck. That app has it's a paid app though, so you need to subscribe to it. They have all sorts of stuff in terms of vorticity, CAPE, all the technical stuff we're talking about right now. This has to do with severe weather for anybody that's unaware of what we're talking about. So this is all more technical or in-depth looks at what's happening in the environment. So yes, it's definitely possible to look at it. There are apps for it out there. So but yes, Sasquatch would be one of the ones I would have you look at. But there are also websites and stuff like that that can give you that information as well. Tornado Pro. So yeah, Rick. Yes, voice on the go. I figured that's what it was. I kind of disseminated it, but that's kind of what I gathered. Gathered. It looks like the rain, based on my camera, has mostly stopped for my area, just north of Kempville. So we're going to watch the next scan here, 5:17. We've still got quite a bit of time on that one. Huge, like very large boundaries out here, and I'm sorry for zooming in and out like that. So we've got a bunch of boundaries that are coming off all these storms here. You've got one to the north. You've got another group back here. I mean, they technically go this way, just leaving all sorts of boundaries. So the interesting part, and the reason why I'm highlighting this, is there's another boundary right here. If these boundaries were to remain in the environment overnight and then into tomorrow, with sun coming out tomorrow, it could cook. It's a term we use where it basically spends time heating up in the environment, and then a storm happens and goes over this boundary tomorrow. It could be a catalyst for it to go severe. So that's why when models are looking at things 3, 4, 5, 10 days out, there's no way for them to know where the boundaries are going to be left, if there's going to be boundaries. So that's why I'm a very pessimistic guy when it comes to models, and I don't commit to any kind of weather 3 days out, 4 days out. It's so hard to do. All you can do is give a kind of a generalization. So yeah, that's why I'm pointing out the boundaries, because they're very evident on radar right now. And for anybody watching, that's the kind of stuff that can affect tomorrow's weather. Even though you can't physically see this or anything, it's just the boundaries are there. So question from Gary asking about tickets to the Titans game tonight. Right now, I think your chances of not being impacted are very good. So far, everything that has headed towards Ottawa today has weakened and died off, essentially. All of the precip right now, just to give you an idea, is south of this line, and obviously Ottawa's up here. Now, there are some pockets of small, light precipitation, but again, I don't think they're going to move into Ottawa. The environment is just killing storms when they go that direction. So I would say you're probably pretty solid. If you did see anything, I would think maybe light shower at the very most at this point. I can't remember what time the game is. I think it's at like 6 or 7, 7 o'clock maybe. So you can always monitor this if we're still on, and I will always do the live analysis of weather through the region. So you can always tune in on your device if you have that ability. But for now, I think your chances are pretty good. And let's have a quick look here to see. I'm just checking to see if we have any more comments or anything like that have come in through the Facebook pages. Okay, that's updated. Okay, perfect. Good. I'm on top of everything. So yeah, I mean, right now, I'm going to keep an eye on this storm. The two areas I'm mostly watching is obviously the Kemptville area and then the Charlotte Lake Arden area. Those two are, and okay, I will add a third in there, this Middleville Lanark area just close to the radar. Once again, raining there, so they've been seeing a lot of precipitation today in those in that particular Innisville location. So lots and lots of rain there. So hopefully nobody getting any serious flooding. 5:17. Yeah, 8 minutes to go on this scan. Or sorry, we're 8 minutes into this scan. We have another minute or two before the next scan comes out, and I'll throw it up big here. We'll wait for that to pop up and give us some information. And if anybody has any other questions, by all means, throw them up in the chat, and we'll jump on them as soon as we can. Just looking back out here to see if anything else. I guess if these storms from the west that are down by the Toronto Newmarket area, if they continue to track kind of due east, they might end up in the Belleville, Kingston area later tonight if they sustain. So yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on that. Gary, 6:30. Okay, yeah, I thought it was somewhere in that range. So like I said, I think you're okay. It doesn't look like much is going to move into the Ottawa area today. Mimi, busy week for you. Yes, the last 10 days, it was funny. We were chatting about this, and I was talking to Connor about it as well. I mean, we launched the channel on June 1st, I think. We did not do a stream till the 19th, so we went almost 3 weeks without any kind of activity. And then July, we're what, the 9th of July, and I think I've been on every other day, so probably 5 streams in July so far, so it's definitely been a busy July for me. So let's look. The latest scan came in. Definitely lots of rain over the 416. It has moved off to the east between Kemptville and Oxford Station, heading towards Mountain and South Mountain. It will be heading towards the Brinston area, and then eventually into Williamsburg. It looks like some heavy rain just near Bishop's Mills. That's that. And then again back, we're talking Innisville area, a ton of rain back there with the radar in Franktown. So Highway 7 corridor has definitely gotten a bit wider in terms of the precipitation. It's now all the way up near just to the east of Charlotte Lake down to almost Arden that people are driving in the rain. So it's definitely going to be a slow go from there. And I'm actually just going to look at it on Google Maps just to see if that's reflecting in there. See if traffic has slowed down. It's still showing green, so people haven't slowed down a whole lot. Few orange spots in there, so yeah, you can tell that it's there's some slower spots in that section, so definitely heed driving through on Highway 7 in that area. And then we'll zoom back out here and jump back on the meat of this storm system moving through. So I'm going to look actually from the US radar just to see how much intensity is over top of our radar. So this is watching it from the Watertown radar, New York. So we're using the American radar to look back at ours. Franktown, definitely not as intense. So again, over Highway 7, just north of Innisville, definitely looks like the most precipitation. And then our cell that's just crossed the 416 is still showing as heavy precipitation. So we're reading it right, just assuming what we're seeing over the Franktown radar at this point. So What else have we got here? Rick, I'll be back in the Fallbrook area shortly. Seems to be the route lately. Yes, that seems to be the case. Uh, Marie Rochon, nice to see you again on this stream. It's definitely going to be missing Hawkesbury today. Everything's way to the south, so you don't even need to turn on your storm splitter or your storm shield. At this point, everything is to the south, heading towards the Seaway. Down by Morrisburg, Ingleside looks to be the big storm area. Kind of like a little corridor, I guess, today. So, but happy you're tuning in, and always good to have you on board. So, we will jump back to. I will do the main layout here, and I'm glad that so far, like I said, I didn't expect anything to go severe warn today on storms. It was one of those do we stream or don't we stream type days. But we've had a few areas again that it was worth mentioning, what was coming. And the biggest impact, I think, is we're going to see some posts coming out of the Innisfil. Between Innisfil and Franktown, there's definitely going to be a lot of rain in that area that happened today. So we'll probably see some photos and stuff from that coming up on social media today. What else? I'm just checking comments to make sure I'm not missing anything there. No, it's looking good. So we'll stick with this. Not thankfully, it's funny when when this severe weather goes crazy. I mean, obviously the stream does as well. A lot of activity on it. When there's not as much going on, obviously not super exciting, but it definitely. Doing our best to just give out the information as it happens, and nothing for any major urban environments today. So, mostly just rain, which is great. We don't need to see hail right now. No rain at all so far south of Vernon, which, whoops, I zoomed out here. Yeah, there's rain. That's a comment from Kirk Carey. It looks like you might get a little bit of a tail end of some precipitation if you're south of Vernon. It'll come in the next little bit, but there's a huge gap between you guys and the storm that's to the south, heading into the mountain and South Mountain area. So you probably won't see too much. Giggle Gal, nothing for me yet near Manotick. Yeah, you are in the wide open right now. Storms have definitely been weakening as they approach, Ottawa and the surrounding areas. So just got the latest scan just popped up. This storm is maintaining its intensity. We do even have, again, a strong core just right in this area right here. So really heavy rain south and southwest of South Mountain to Oxford Station's right on the very edge of all this precipitation. So we've got a good strong core of precipitation right in this area. And again, we are seeing purple, but I don't think there's any hail in that today. With this environment, so it's just raining cats and dogs, as they say. Monday storm turned on its rocket boosters over Smith Falls. I couldn't catch up at all. Today is what, Wednesday? Yeah, so it was an interesting cycle on that line of storms. The southern portion of the storms on Monday, for anybody that was watching, it kind of swung around like a pendulum. And I was chatting briefly with Connor about that, and I suspect that with that forward motion and how it's kinking when it kind of swings back and tightens up is maybe what helped enhance that rotation to where we got that tornado warning on that storm, because the bottom end just kind of rocketed ahead and kind of swung back up to the north a little bit. And so, yeah, I'm not surprised to hear you couldn't keep up with it that sucker was moving. Not like today. These storms are crawling at this point. You could almost walk faster than these storms are currently doing. So today you should have no trouble keeping up with it. So, and what else have we got? So I'm gonna keep up with this one storm. If it dies off, we'll definitely end the stream because there's not much else. Everything else is just regular rain at this point. And we'll kind of monitor it for what it does in the next couple of scans. And then eventually, if Connor gets on something out west, we will definitely bring that. I'll change the stream around if I end this one, and it'll strictly be to do with a Saskatchewan live storm chase from Connor's vehicle, and we will monitor what he's chasing using radar, the same app. And if you guys want to watch, and if it's exciting, we'll put it up. So. That's potentially coming later. I'll probably get a chance to get in here and get a dinner break and then jump right back on with that stream based on what Connor was saying. It looked pretty solid in terms of him doing a chase. So I'm just monitoring some of the chats here to see what's going on. I'm looking to see what's happening in Saskatchewan. Manitoba's even got going to get in on the game. So, holy cow, they're like experiencing like 30s temps out in Saskatchewan. Somebody highlighting some stuff out west. So yeah, so Connor is gonna definitely chase. You think I can make it back to Ontario to see them with how slow they're moving? Connor, if you could make it to catch these storms, that would be impressive. I would definitely be impressed, but I don't think you can. Okay, what else have we got here? Is there any potential for that main storm to develop hail if it strengthens coming from Giggle Gal? It could. It's not likely today. I'm not confident that the environment is there that could sustain any kind of significant hail. If anything, it could be like pea-sized or smaller, which doesn't do any damage, and half the time it melts even on contact type things. So I think it's very low chances, Giggle Gal, that anything will come out of this of any proportion in terms of hail. Charlotte Lake storm is looking like I should go home for dinner. Where's home, Rick? Out of curiosity. Yeah, I mean it's just lining out at this point. You can see how that scan just came in and it's just elongated and it's just trying to hang out over that Highway 7 corridor and just wash it down by the looks of it. So the latest scan shows this not Kempville. It's no longer a Kempville storm. It's a South Mountain Oxford Station storm. Heavy rain in that triangle essentially of this storm. So our big heavy precipitation. So again, South Mountain about to see it if you're not already seeing it, and Princeton is definitely going to get it, heading towards Williamsburg. So I was targeting when I initially saw this somewhere in between Ingleside and Morrisburg, where this storm would kind of end up. Excuse me. And it's tracking that way. It's just tracking very slowly at this point. So it's going to have to hang out for a few hours. Well, at this rate, it'll have to be at least another hour and a half before it gets to that region with how slow this is progressing. Just a sec here. So, Kirk Carey, I'm so glad you and Connor started this stream. Thank you for all you do and for all your future plans. Yay for you too. Yes, thank you. I mean, we appreciate the kind words as always. We definitely have talked that there's obviously this has been missing within the region, and I think not just in Eastern Ontario, there are other regions that are missing this kind of thing. So we're going to take every opportunity we can and hopefully get, keep this going and grow it as we move forward. So Rick saying he's in Perth. Yeah, so well, you're going to get some rain in Perth, and your car will get a free car wash by the looks of it. So that's decent rain actually in that corridor right now. I think everything else, like you can see to the north of Franktown radar, all of this precipitation has just kind of petered out, and it's all just yellow and green, which is very light rain. You might have a pocket of a little more intensity, but it's just garden shower variety type stuff where the orange and the red is generally what we're the most paying attention to, just because of the sheer volume of rain that's coming with that. So 5:35, that scan just came out a short while ago, so I'm even getting a little bit of sunshine here, which is kind of funny, but there's also clouds coming in behind it, so might get some more rain here in Kempville. Jumping in here, Birds Rapids has something popping just over it essentially. And then again, the cluster over the Franktown radar, Innisfil area. So Rick saying that downpours I've been driving through today, the truck is shining. Yes, good free car wash, Mother Nature's car wash as I call it. So I definitely, when I was storm chasing in the U.S., I stuck to dirt roads just because of the sheer volume of chasers out there at times. My truck got muddy. That's definitely something that came out of storm chasing for me, was always a dirt covered muddy truck, just from all the roads that we would go down, the back roads and chase on. So it definitely it needed a wash every couple of days. And it's not the easiest truck in the world to wash either, because it's got Line-X bed liner on it, so dirt sticks to it. But it's great for storm chasing and hail. Okay, so we'll wait to see where. Yeah, like I said, today is the only thing we're watching right now is essentially this one storm, and that's basically the only thing of concern for anybody that's watching the stream. The rest of it is just regular rain for the most part, with some areas just heavy rain. So, and you can tell that because the only area that has lightning is on this one storm. Everything else has not got any lightning on it at this point. So, yeah. So I will see what happens here on this next scan, and we'll go from there. There's a question from Tyler Campbell. Hey Tom, I've got a question for you. There is an application called Ventusky. Have you heard of it? Would you consider it a credible source? So I've never heard of it, but I've also not heard of a lot of applications out there. But let me do a quick search just to see whether I can read up anything on it. Live wind rate, rain radar. Oh, interesting. So I'm doing some reading while. Oh, so this looks like windy. It's very similar to windy. It looks like it's maybe based out of Europe because it originally starts on a map on Europe. I'm just looking to see what it's showing here for our region. Interesting. Yeah, this has a very windy is an app that I've used, and that's one of the. It definitely looks a lot like that. I don't know the app itself, so I don't know where they're getting their data. If they're getting their data from an accurate source, like Environment Canada and the National Weather Service and all that kind of stuff, it's definitely got some decent. So, interesting. I just went to click on precipitation, and it's showing precipitation far more intense than what actual radar is showing. I'm just comparing. I'm looking screen to screen right now, Tyler, just to look at it. I mean, it's showing a monster storm going into Canada, and between Canada and Arnprior. Well, if you look on our radar, between Canada and Arnprior is clear skies. So I would say that they're not getting accurate information. This does it say what time this is? It says today, but it doesn't. It says 5 p.m. That's 45 minutes ago. Oh, this is predictive. I think this is predictive. Yes. So I'm just looking at it right now. This looks like it's predictive rain and stuff like that. So that's why it's kind of misleading. I'd have to do a little more digging on it, Tyler, but in terms of accuracy, so yeah, I can't answer the question in terms of accuracy, but it definitely looks like it might have some potential. So, Rick saying the boundary definition is impressive. Yes, there's very obvious boundaries lying out there right now from all this cluster of storms, and it kind of encompasses the whole series of storms. I mean, we literally have them dragging out down here at the bottom. I'm gonna take a look here at the latest scan because it just came in, so I got a little distracted there, but just gonna look to see what's in this area here. There's no rotation of any real significance. Storm is maintaining it through this like hook shape out, so that's why I was looking at rotation just to see what was happening in that area. Generally, when you have a hook, you're having some form of rotation as a possibility, but this basically is just part of the storm at this point. So. What else have we got here? So, South Mountain and Mountain getting in on the rain at this point. Shanley should see it very shortly. And just heavy rain and a few lightning bolts at this point. So, we'll keep tracking it for you guys and take it from there. So, let me just take a look here. Radar scope or weather-wise. Yeah, okay. I think I've got a video message from Connor here. I'm just going to see what...
All right, everybody.
Just going to see what... He just sent me a video thing, so... I'm just confirming he wants me to put this up on the stream, so... if anybody wants to see what Connor's up to, so... Okay, I'll throw this up. He's asked me to put it up.
All right.
I will throw this on the screen share. So there's Connor. He's hanging out at obviously a local staple, being Tim Hortons. So we'll play this here.
All right, everybody. Hello, and thank you for watching the stream. We are currently in Hanna, Alberta, which is my chasing target for the day. We're waiting for storms to initiate, and I have one little storm north of Airdrie, Alberta, that Tom's going to show you on radar, and I believe that's going to be our storm today. We're going to follow it all the way back to Saskatchewan this evening and see how it plays out. Yeah, we're looking for some. There's a possibility for some supercells today. Definitely some very strong winds and very large hail. So we're gonna see how it plays out and go from there. All right.
Awesome. So Connor is out west, as everybody just heard, so, and I'm sure most of you know, so that was just a little video clip he sent us. I will zoom out and take a look at the radar in Airdrie, Alberta, just to see what's coming off the foothills of the Rockies, because that's kind of where that's located. Just got Kirk Carey. It's raining south of Vernon now. Yeah, you're just, but it wouldn't be anything intense, I don't think. Just a regular shower. The meat of it, again, is down here to the south. Southwest of Perth, very dark skies. Temps have dropped and wind has picked up some coming from Lager John. And that is going to be this cluster of rain and storms kind of to the southwest and west of Perth. So and they're just kind of hanging out there, which is kind of interesting. But so just constant rain in those areas. So let's pan out here. I'm just going to have a look while we've got some time, and we'll zoom out to Alberta. And so I can see where he's at. I can already tell where this storm is going to be. It's going to be this storm to the south. So I'm just trying to see which radar is seeing it better. Okay, so let's go and zoom in here. Wow. Okay, yeah, that's a strong storm. You can see all the purple on it. That's obviously quite a bit of hail, that kind of thing. So this storm could be a decent one. It's the strongest one out of the bunch right now. Whether that stays that way, I haven't looked at the environment or anything like that. But I'm just gonna. Whoops, sorry, I'm zooming in too much there. I apologize. So that's Jason Dudley. I don't even know if Connor has his dot on at all. No, Shannon Prentice, Bruce, and who else is out here? None of them Connor. So he probably doesn't even have his dot on at this point. But we're gonna watch. We'll keep an eye on this on the next stream if we go live with Connor. So that's what's happening all the way out in Alberta, so north of Calgary. So we'll swing back here. Come back to Ontario. I wish I could travel this quickly where I just come across the screen like that, but unfortunately that's not a reality. And we'll zoom in here, 5:47 p.m. So we just got another scan here. So Burritts Rapids to the south of there and Merrickville, we've got some intense rain that has kind of popped up. I'm just going to go back here. Yeah, so there's been kind of an expansion here. You can see it on the storm out front. So this storm has definitely gotten bigger, and this back here definitely got larger in terms of precipitation. So down from Inkerman all the way down to Shanley and almost into Spencerville, you've got some good precipitation coming out of this storm. So as it's moving eastward at this point, it is definitely getting broader. And it will hit like Morrisburg, even maybe into Iroquois, Ingleside. So that area along the Seaway is definitely getting a little bit wider in terms of target when this moves through the area. So we'll keep an eye on that. What else have we got here? Just a nice summer rain coming from Kirkcaldy, and that was just south of Vernon, which makes total sense based on radar. So I'm sure the crops are enjoying it. There's been a decent amount of rain lately, but yeah, I appreciate the follow-up, Tom. Thanks. Yeah, no problem. I'm actually going to dig into that app, that page, and just look and see how it functions. Just it's always good to have tools that you can check to corroborate what you might be seeing on one versus the other. So, and I do that with the radar, as you've seen on the streams. If I'm not trusting what I'm seeing from the Canadian radar, or I think there might be something else to it, I kind of look at it with another radar and just kind of confirm what I'm thinking. So, Susan Robertson saying glorious thunder from Chesterville, but not raining yet. So you are going to be south of the big storm to the southwest. So if you look southwest, you'll see a storm that's pretty sizable. And then again, it's got the lightning coming from it. So that's where the thunder and lightning is coming from there. Sorry, this is Environment Canada's watch on the storm where Connor is around Airdrie. Yeah, so I saw there was a thunderstorm watch out there, and then there was a severe warning on it as well, because it is a fairly intense storm. So it's definitely chucking some larger hail. So if Connor's going to go play in it, he might put some more dents on his vehicle. So always fun to do that. I've got myself my fair share of dents in my truck that I use for storm chasing. I mean, I've been in baseballs and softballs in terms of size of hail. So just got a video, or no, yeah, I can't. So that's just a picture. Becky Gilliam saying frigging downpour on the 416. So that was when this storm was back 1 or 2 frames, where it came across south of Kemptville near Oxford Station. It would have been absolutely pouring. So just got a comment from Becky on our Facebook page. Thank you for sending that in, confirming the heavy downpour. And so we'll see as this progresses a little further east and see what's happening there. Sounds like me. I've got 9 weather apps on my phone. Just like changing radars, I use them for different perspectives coming from Rick, and that's exactly it. It's knowing what you're up against that's half the battle. So so this storm is shifting the meat of the precipitation back to the southwest. So if we scan back here, you can see how it's kind of the precip is evenly spread out throughout the storm from Mountain down to Ventnor and almost into Spencerville, and then you click on the next scan, and the northern portion has weakened, and the southern portion has definitely picked up in intensity, followed by another cell right behind it. Now heading into Oxford Mills, just south of Kemptville, and it'll be going into Oxford Station. So there's a small area of gap between the two storms here, but they're trailing each other. This one's trailing the primary one. So again, just heavy rain, the odd lightning bolt, but nothing to be too concerned about. I'm just, as Rick was pointing out, and we've been talking about on the stream, all these boundaries that are just sitting out here. There's a massive boundary that goes all the way back here that's off this primary storm, and it's just leaving a little wake in the environment, which is like a fluid we talked about. So just impressive to see that on radar for us weather geeks. So I'm enjoying that part of it anyways. So so Tristan asking, hey Tom, just curious if you heard about any tornadoes from that tornado warned storm in Jasper. So I actually did a survey yesterday morning. I drove around and went to look at, we had some photos of damage submitted to us, trees that were down. So I'm just going to move this over to my other screen here, and I can pick up some stuff. So to answer your question, no, I had a look, and there was nothing of any significance in terms of damage other than large. The 2 trees that I went to see, they were like 100-foot poplars, I believe, and old, so they just straight line winds blew them over. I saw shingles torn off a roof, but nothing. I didn't find any evidence. I even threw my drone up in about 5 different spots and didn't find any evidence of ground circulation. So nothing in terms of that tornado warned storm. It got windy. It definitely was. There were opposing winds. There was a circulation that went over those areas, but nothing down to the surface that got really tight. So that's good in that regard. So let me see if I can just pull up something for you guys off of my drone yesterday. That's the drone. So here, hopefully it pops up on the right window. I don't know which window this is gonna, of course. So it popped up on the wrong one, but I will move it. So this was, I'm gonna go full screen here. I just want to show this. So this is just a freeze frame of, I'm gonna bring it up on the screen so you guys can see it. But I flew the drone, and this was a field I came across, and what I found interesting was all the trees on the edge of the field had fallen into the field, but in opposite directions, and even ones on the north end, or like the north end of the image, I'm going to say, you can see that they've fallen into the field. So trees, generally if you have straight line winds, you have trees just fall in one direction. This, I was baffled by it. What would cause that, and if this is the field over from it, and you can see the same thing, trees falling in different directions. So I'm just going to skip through here. So this is the view from the other direction. You can see me standing on the road there next to my car, but anyways, I the only thing I can explain this away with is that there was a circulation that moved over the area, and there were opposing winds as it moved through. So it was blowing one direction and then blew in the other direction, and that was kind of what caused this, but not enough to have a circulation where it was on the ground and causing issues. So that's a long way of answering your question there, Tristan, but that's kind of the only part that really piqued my interest in terms of my survey. I did see, like I said, uprooted trees and other things, but nothing that would jump out at me. So, Charbot Lake storm is just heavy rain and a little wind from Rick. Yeah, I'm not surprised to hear that. I mean, the park is down there, so people are definitely getting a car wash or an RV wash or a tent wash, whatever they're in. Just a lot of rain down that way, so I'm going to look at, are we on a new scan here? No, we're still a little ways out, so I'll keep talking about other stuff. On Victoria. Okay, so Rick saying, when I was in Bishop Mills, there was trees across the roads on Victoria Street and Bolton Road, but agree, older trees and no patterns. So I actually went, those trees that were down on Bolton Road, that's the ones I went to with my drone. I spoke with one of the people that live right there, and she gave me her address so I could go check it out. So I flew a drone around there, and there was definitely no pattern of any kind of damage whatsoever, just straight line winds. So yeah, like I said, I doubt that any circulation ever touched the ground anywhere. Logger John saying he can hear thunder now down in the Perth area, so maybe we're getting a bit of lightning on these storms. Just to the west of Perth, and if they continue eastward, I don't know how far south of Perth you are, but you look like you might get some rain at this point and not miss out on the action. So Killshot's point of view, I'm getting a little rain here in Nepean, so let's scan back up here. Yeah, you are just so the precipitation is kind of in this area here. That's kind of the edge of the precipitation, so Nepean would definitely be in that. We are 6 o'clock, so I'm wondering about that the Titans game, and it looks like there might be rain that pushes into Ottawa. And it's like super close to not being in Ottawa, but being in Ottawa. So that's what's always tough. It's sticking to the 417 area. So unfortunately, I can't remember who it was that was asking about the Titans game, but I may turn out to be a liar and may have gotten that wrong. So there's some precipitation coming into the south end of Ottawa as these storms are dying off. To the south here, we're still getting quite a bit of rain in this one general area. Kemptville, I'm looking out my window because that's kind of where I'm located, just on the north end, but definitely getting a lot of rain here from Princeton, Ventnor, back to Burritts Rapids, Oxford's Mills, and even Kemptville getting in there. So what else? Tristan, thanks for answering. Glad there was no real damage, but that's kind of cool to see trees fall like that. Yeah, I haven't seen that. So I actually passed that image around to a few people, and we kind of discussed it. And it definitely opposing winds. You don't have trees falling into the wind, so it would have to be, as the circulation moved through, the winds would have been one direction, and then the backside of that circulation you would have gotten the opposing winds, kind of like a hurricane. That's what we said, and it's just a very small version of a hurricane, and it's off the surface essentially. So Rick saying he was upset that he forgot his drone batteries. I've done worse. I've had the batteries and no SD card, and I flew a drone, and I was like, well, now what? I'm just out there, doing what? So we've all done it. I'm gonna do it again, but I forgot to put my card back into the drone after downloading some information, and I paid the price for it. So I had to go. I missed out on. I can't remember what it was, but I missed out on it. So Logger John's about 10K south of Perth, so you're definitely going to see some rain if these storms continue east. That's for sure. Oh, Gary, there we go. Okay, thank you. Glad you're still listening. So, yeah, go Titans. Have fun at the game. I'm jealous. I'm just gonna track it here for you while you're still tuned in. Um, I'm just looking to see if it's just trying to stick south of Ottawa. There might be some sprinkles in there, but right now it's just on the very edge of it. So hopefully nothing too serious. And I'm just going to play back. So we were talking about all these boundaries, and I'm going to pay attention to this storm right here. That's over Charlotte Lake, and we just got the latest scan. I'm just going to go back here. You can see how as it progresses east, it gets in with that boundary, and then it intensifies. So the bottom end of this is the reason it's getting intense is just because of this boundary that's out here. So we'll see if that continues. Oh, that's 305. I clicked too far on the thing. So Dave Ray, I can see the black clouds to the north of Morrisburg. Yeah. This thing's coming for you, unfortunately. So unless it suddenly dies and completely peters out, this storm is going to hit Morrisburg, and it's just going to be heavy rain. There hasn't been any wind associated with any of these storms. Even when it came through Kempville, it was very mild. So it's just heavy rain at this point. So everything should be good. Live thunder in Perth now. So yeah, that's the second report of thunder out in the Perth area. The lightning trigger isn't showing, but let me just do something here. Maybe I've lost it. No, there was sometimes why I'm checking is sometimes the software doesn't pick up on the lightning strike. That's possible. So the only lightning strike I see is down by Charlotte Lake, which would be too far from Perth. So there's obviously some strikes happening that might be cloud to cloud, but it's definitely the second report. So definitely some lightning happening down there. I know this is for Eastern Ontario. I'm in Peterborough and was wondering about the storms coming from Joyce Clark. So I can swing down to Peterborough. That's the beauty of software. I'll have a quick look for you. So we've been looking at these storms, and there is one that's right over the radar, essentially. Is that what I'm... Yes, okay. So where are you? Peterborough. Right now, if this continues to track eastward, and this is for Joyce asking the question, so I'm just watching to see. It looks like Peterborough might just get some light rain. Everything intense seems to be sticking south, so it's going to track through Markham, and between Markham and Oshawa probably is the meat of the heavy stuff. So Peterborough is going to avoid that, and you might just get trailing light showers, and they may die even before they get to Peterborough. So that's what you're facing. Let's go back out here and have a look at Franktown because we've still got some time here. It's condensing in Charlotte Lake, but like the rest, not moving at all. Lightning out near Glen Tay. Yeah, Rick, I think I was just talking about that the Charlotte Lake one is just off a boundary there that has kind of kicked it off. But yes, they're just hanging out. There's nothing happening. The only one that's really kind of doing any kind of movement is up towards Ottawa, towards the Titans. And then this little storm cluster down here that's heading towards the Seaway. But again, we're just talking heavy rain right now. There's barely any rain on any of this, so that's all we're dealing with at this point. So, and I'm just gonna minimize a couple of things here. I might go and take a look at the storm for Connor out there out west. I guess I should say not for Connor, but the one that Connor's on. So here's our next scan. So now the two storms have kind of connected. I remember we had a bit of a gap there. And originally, I guess, when I was drawing here, we had a much larger gap. But you can see that the back storm is reaching out for the front storm, and they've now kind of congealed into one. So our big pocket of rain is just in this area right here. Continuing to slowly move eastward, but it has downtrended in terms of intensity on that last scan. So again, Morrisburg's still going to get rain out of this. Could be heavy at times. And then we are at 6:05 p.m. I'm just double checking here. So yeah, like it's funny, this rain is just trying to come into Ottawa, but it just is getting cut off right here somewhat. So that's very close to the stadium, but should be okay. And then the Charlotte Lake storm just continues to sit over there and rain on top of them. So a little bit of flooding happening there. And it looks like we're getting some rain here at my house. Yeah, so it just started decent downpour. Again, we need it here. We've had it fairly dry. So the lawn will be happy that that's happening. So this is just outside my house in Kempville. And you can actually see my storm truck. I don't know how well it shows on the live stream, but you can kind of see dimples on the roof of the truck. There's probably about 8 or 9 of them that you can see on the stream, even on the hood. I know where they are, so I kind of see them obviously. But if you look, those are dimples from baseball-sized hail or even softball-sized hail that I've driven that truck in. And the truck is coated with a special compound, Linex bed liner, which is like a polymer compound that gets sprayed on the whole truck. It does not dent with golf ball hail. It does not dent until you get about 2.5, 3 inch hail. So sizable hailstones before it starts kind of getting impacted by it. And then it's just because that truck is built to storm chase. So we'll swing back here and have a look at everything. Again, Susie Q coming in with some more thunder in Perth, so we're getting multiple confirmations of thunder in the Perth area. Logger John now getting some rain, so you're in on the game now. What else here? Rain at 7 in Glen Tay, so definitely some more rain coming into the Perth area from Rick and John. What else here? For aerodynamics, like a golf ball. I hope my truck never has to have aerodynamics involved, other than if it does better for fuel economy, that's for sure. So anyways, sounds like Susie, Ryan, John, all hanging out in the same area roughly. Kirk Carey, I need a Dominator. Yeah, I've been in Dom 3 with Reed there. They're designed to definitely take a hit from a tornado. I would rather be in Dom 1 or Dom 2. The profile on Dom 3 is very tall, so the side load on it is its weak point. Actually, there were a couple videos in North Dakota or wherever you can see the truck got slid on a highway because of the strong winds hitting it from the side. So Dom 1, Dom 2 were better in terms of their profiles for taking on heavy winds. But yeah, I mean, it also costs a lot of money that I don't have, so that's not happening. Do I have room in that truck to carry Dorothy like the movie Twister? So that's a funny story. We did actually used to deploy probes. There was a season where I was... I want to say it was 2017, chasing, I did 2 months in the U.S., and we did have a probe that I picked up in Minnesota and brought down to Oklahoma. The problem with that is you're putting your butt in the danger path, and you have to get out of there before you end up in trouble. So I wasn't as enthused about that, to be totally honest with you. I'm all for advancing science, but... that's when you're starting to play with fire, that you're putting probes in front of tornadoes. And if it's moving fast, you might you might end up in trouble. So, but yes, I have had a probe in the back of the truck, just not, it was much smaller than what you see in the movie, because it was what we call a turtle probe, which is a little, flying saucer looking thing that weighs a ton so that the wind doesn't pick it up. Tornado Cowboys was live under rotation on my Facebook page. Oh, wow. So you were on that storm that was northwest of Toronto there. We saw a tornado warning on that. So that's Tom, I believe, from Tornado Cowboys. So cool. That I'll have to go check that out and see what you saw there. So Rick saying it spun almost 90 degrees in that tornado. Yes, yeah. Again, your intercept vehicle shouldn't spin as far as I'm concerned, but that's, yeah. Anyways, Corona Land sucks. That's a great little name. Watch the cute blonde reporter ride with Reed. Very cool truck. Oh, I think that's Supercar Blondie. That was like last spring, I want to say, that she was down there. So I was down there just after that and visiting with Reed at that time. Rick, I'm a mechanic with welding and fab experience. Canadian Dominator. Yeah, well, so the funny part is that Dominator was actually owned by Sean out of Saskatchewan. He was, where is he in, yeah, I'm going to look on a map here because it's going to bother me if I don't figure it out, but it had Saskatchewan plates on it for that reason. He had it for the long time, and Reed just bought it from him. He's near Melville, Saskatchewan, like Yorkton area out there. Sean used to own it, but the problem with chasing with the Dominator, and I've talked to Reed about it and Sean, is that every time you stop for gas, it turns into an absolute circus. Everybody wants to take photos. Everybody wants to pose with it. And sometimes you're trying to get in and out of the gas station like a NASCAR pit crew, and you can't because people literally block your way. And so it's fun that you can get into a tornado, but it's not always as good for being able to get in and out of certain areas without everybody wanting to follow you or take a picture, that kind of thing. So and then John jumping in here to build another Canadian version of the Dominator. So yeah. Yes, it definitely needs to go through snow. We need a Dominator that can handle snow. Our Toronto tuning in and asking, what are we looking at? So if you're asking about what's on the radar right now, that's Eastern Ontario, obviously. But for the Toronto area, there are storms that were coming in. There's a fairly intense one just coming to the north of North York and Markham. Lots of lightning on it. There's also a line to the west that also looks like heavy precipitation. So good lightning on it, but I don't see any wind velocities that might be of concern in terms of rotation. This one that's between Markham and Newmarket is right on top of the radar, so it's a little blind at that point, but there's some good strong winds out from this storm, it looks like. So it could be windy from Markham down to the shore, to the lake shore, North York and that kind of thing. So decent storms coming that way. They will, the meat of it will miss, I think, Metro Toronto, but what's in Orangeville, Bolton area might make it down into the Toronto area, just so you know. So we'll scan back here to Eastern Ontario. And I'll jump back on this radar just to see what we've got here. Yeah, I'm going to be a liar. The rain is making its way into Ottawa, so unfortunately Gary's going to get wet a little bit. And that's the thing with storms. You never know how they're going to evolve. So we'll jump back here into this Eastern Ontario radar. Will people stalk him, Kirk Terry? Yes, they do, 100%. I can confirm that. I've had to actually help him deal with some of that in the past. It's not being popular is not always everything it's cut out to be. So Tom from Tornado Cowboys, took me a bit to get caught up. Got the warning as soon as I got done work and had to run home to get my gear. Sounds like you had a fun day out there anyways. I think I'll prefer my Hemi and right foot as an escape plan rather than a heavy Dominator. Gets there faster too, from Rick. I agree. So my truck is actually built, the whole purpose behind the truck is not to get close. It's actually to get away. So I can drive over debris. I mean, I'm armored to a certain extent. It's more to get my butt away from the problem than to the problem. And that truck's been my best tool I've had for storm chasing by far. Like I said, I stick to dirt roads because I avoid all the chasers out there. They all stick to pavement for the most part. I will go through mud roads with that truck, no problem. So, what else have we got here? That huge one is coming right to me. I can see it 10 minutes from hitting where I am here at Steeles in 404. Yeah, so you're definitely going to be seeing quite a bit of rain out of that. It will be windy as it approaches because it did show some wind velocities on it. So yeah, definitely pay attention. Nothing, I don't think it's anything dangerous. It's just going to be a lot of rain and maybe some thunder and lightning. So I'm going to just chat about the Eastern Ontario radar here. So the storm is kind of breaking up. It's still coming into the Morrisburg, Iroquois area. Heavy rain kind of in a northwest pattern, just kind of down in this direction right here. So that's the heaviest of the rain. And I will show you, it's raining outside my house right now and we're in the yellow. So that's the rain that is currently happening, just so you have an understanding on the radar in the yellow and red, yellow and orange, I mean. So this is kind of what you can see on just a regular rain shower, nothing crazy. So that's your yellow and orange representation. And down here you've definitely got some red and some orange, so it's going to just be more intense rain for those storms there. The Charlotte Lake storm has slowly moved off a little bit to the east, but still raining quite heavily to the east of Charlotte Lake. There is some rain in Perth now, but again, very similar to what was coming on my camera there, what we were just showing. It's interesting how this rain has just materialized on this storm cluster heading into Barrhaven. We went from nothing to, rain showers. And again, I'm going to be a liar. So what time are we? 6:22. There's the 6:17. It's going to just skirt. If it's getting the stadium, it's just barely getting it, essentially. So there's our latest scan right now. And we're at 6:17 p.m. That was 5 minutes ago. So that's what we've been talking about there. So I'll jump back on to some comments here. Anything, Grizzly Tanner, anything projected towards Orleans, Ontario? So briefly kind of touched on it, that this storm is trying to push into here. It's still to your south, Orleans being up here. And then the precipitation is just here. So if you're getting anything, it's going to be rain. There's no lightning on this. It's medium rain would be the best way to describe it. So just your average rainstorm. It's trying to push northeast. So if it continues, yes, Orleans will get some rain within the next half an hour. It's moving very slowly. All of these storms are moving very slowly. So hopefully that answers your question on Orleans. And John, another side effect of chasing storms is eating too much junk food. Yeah, you have no idea. Or you do obviously have an idea. One of the things I struggle most with when I'm storm chasing is trying to eat healthy, because you're on the road sometimes 20 hours and you're barely getting enough sleep. So you're just doing as fast as you can in terms of food stops. So yes, it's terrible for the diet. Roxy's fun and saying raining in Iroquois and a bit of thunder. So that's right on the leading edge of this storm as it comes into the Morrisburg, Iroquois region. Cardinal might be getting a little bit of rain as well. But that's it. So Rick, if you say no rain, it will definitely rain. The law of weather. Yes, 100%. Weather just comes out to prove us all wrong as to what we know, what we're talking about, which we don't. Raining lightly in Ottawa south, sun to the north, coming from Corona land sucks, which is good news for me and good news for Gary, hopefully, that he's not going to get any rain. That way he doesn't get upset with my prediction there. So how about Castleman, Ontario, coming from Tammy Brazo? So Castleman all the way over here. You're in the clear right now. There are some showers to your south that are trying to push north. I'll run the cycle here for you. So you could see some light showers, but the heavy stuff is all to the south right now. So as we see on the scans, it's trying to get towards Castleman, but it seems to be kind of dying out a little bit. So hopefully you don't see anything in Castleman, and it definitely won't be anything intense at this point. Rick just talking to John about the Charlotte Lake storm. Do you see anything for Spencerville? So you're just south of the meat of this storm right now. I don't see anything happening for Spencerville. It has kind of collision course from earlier, and it's to the north and east of you, northeast of you in Spencerville. So I don't think you're going to see anything. These storms to the west, if they did slowly make their way east, you may end up with some minor rain, but that's all it is right now. Again, everything today was borderline. There was just a few moments where we had some storms that were really raining very heavily and stuck over a certain area. So flooding definitely happened in some areas towards Innisfil and Franktown. Mud and dirt is where it's at, coming from Tom at Tornado Cowboys, 100%. I actually have a shirt I had made up that says dirt roads equal tornadoes, because I don't know how many times I've been chasing and I will go down a dirt road and pop out the other side onto a paved road, and there's a tornado waiting for me while everybody else is trying to circle around on a paved road. So it's just a saying I've had for a number of years. So I had some shirts made up that say dirt roads equal tornadoes. Got a nice steady Dwight Bro coming in here. Got a nice steady rain here in Old Barhaven, which is fantastic because I just got a new pool liner. So thanks, Mother Nature, for help filling it up and saving on my water bill. There you go. See, there are bonuses to having a bunch of rain come down. Tom saying, I'll just always chase on dirt roads, just like you said. You don't have other traffic to worry about. And I've mentioned it on a stream. I think I was on Monday, possibly. Yeah, Monday. I think I mentioned that I'm more afraid of lightning and other chasers than I am of tornadoes. Those two are far more unpredictable. Anything exciting for the Ottawa Valley, coming from Greg? Maybe fortunately or unfortunately, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot. There are a few storms trying around the Calabogie area. Balaclava all day has had some kind of little precipitation in there, but all of this is extremely minor compared to what you're seeing to the south. And there are storms all the way up by Mattawa. There's one little storm there, and then again into Quebec, heading for Mont Laurier, there's a good cluster of storms, but the valley itself would be light rain, nothing of any significance, no lightning, no major wind or anything like that. So Gary's got me on his phone. So far so good, but no blame if we get rain delayed. Keep up the great work. So happy Eastern Ontario has this coverage now just for us. Perfect, Gary. Yeah, thank you. I mean, that was the game plan for this channel the whole time. So we're trying to give these more concise, analysis type events, just being able to tell people what's happening so they can kind of plan their ways around it. There's a follower that has a food truck and wants to know if they have to pack it. So there's all these reasons you don't think about that make sense to know whether it's even going to just rain. So definitely, like I said, we're happy to do this and glad that it's getting such good reviews, and people are tuning in, and that's definitely helping us. So, thought he was trailer parks equals tornadoes. Well, I think yeah, they find them all the time because yeah, I mean it's a saying that exists because it's true. The amount of times trailer parks get hit by tornadoes is crazy, but Tristan asking me, just curious at this point, what's the biggest tornado you've seen? So, biggest meaning size or biggest meaning strength? They probably actually fall on the same tornado. There was EF4 that we chased in Kansas, and it was a monster. And I can probably bring up some pictures from my hard drive. Let me just take a look here. That was 2016. I can probably find these pretty quickly. Where's... That's Montana. Let me see here. I say pretty quickly and now I'm struggling. I have so many thousands of photos. That's the problem. That's all Dodge City. Chapman, Kansas is the one that I'm thinking of. And that was in 2016. Is this it? That's the beginning of Chapman, Kansas. So I've got really good video of it. I just want to see if I've got a still photo I can throw up for you guys. No, of course not. That's okay, but where are you? Where's a Chapman? This is a Chapman, Kansas. Yeah, so this is a dark monster that we had. I will pull this up if you give me 30 seconds here. So this is an old photo. This is from 2016, so I'll do a share here quickly. So this is Chapman, Kansas at one of its more intense moments. These things are quarter mile, half mile wide at times. This thing was throwing softball-sized hail in behind it, so it was hitting our truck because this is to the right of the truck, and to the left we were getting hit by softball-sized hail. This tornado relocated railroad tracks. So to understand that, to bend railroad rail takes an immense amount of energy. So this was definitely one of the strongest tornadoes I've followed in my career. So that was rated EF4. Everybody argued it should be an EF5, but people don't care what the rating is when you lose a house or when you lose a family member, loved one. So, but yeah, that one was rated EF4 and was a very wide tornado. So, yeah, Greg saying so lame for the Ottawa Valley. Definitely. I mean, we were talking about up until July. There was one event in April, there was one in May, and then there was two in June. We didn't really have any storms, so definitely didn't. Definitely had a slow start to storms this year in the area. So let me jump back on radar. 6:23. That was 10 minutes ago, so we should have a new scan here, hopefully. Unless, yeah, any second there should be a scan here, and we'll see how this updates. Oh, there it was. It just jumped in there, 6:29. So this storm is just trying to, they're just walking today. So again, we've just got heavy precipitation coming into, it will be into the between Iroquois and Morrisburg. Those two will be the impact on this cluster of storms as they move through this kind of area right here. So that's the last of the heavy stuff. Excuse me. Zoom back in. Charlotte Lake storm is continuing to rain quite a bit. This storm up by Calabogie is getting a little more intense, so heading towards kind of Blakeney and Clayton, I believe. I'm just going to see. No, it's doing something different. My apologies. It's kind of heading east towards Pakenham and Blakeney more than anything. But we'll see if it sustains. But the rest of it's just regular rain. And again, it's sticking just south of Ottawa at this point. It is starting to reach into Blackburn Hamlet. Orleans might get a little bit of rain. Navan's going to get some rain, and Vars. Definitely raining in Barhaven and Manotick for the last little while. So those are all things that have been going on in terms of that as well. So trying to remember, I just was looking at another tornado picture, but I'm just seeing here what else we've got going on. So not much too exciting at this point anymore. Again, we're just looking at minor showers. So I might have to call the stream here because I do need to run and grab some dinner. And if I'm going to stream with Connor here shortly, I do need to get some food in me. Otherwise, I might waste away and disappear, which that's a long ways off anyways. But there's nothing of concern here. That's why I'm just, like I said, the last of it is just heavy rain down here heading for the Iroquois-Morrisburg area. And after that, there's some trailing rain behind it. But everything else has kind of, for the most part, petered out, which is what I'm expecting as the sun drops down as well. It will weaken those storms. So if anybody's got any questions, fire them in the chat there. I'll stick around for a little bit here. And then I will monitor these storms. If something were to intensify and suddenly need attention, I will jump back on and fire up a stream. But I think our next stream on the channel will be Connor out west chasing storms out that way. And we'll see what he can get into while I'm waiting here for anybody. If they've got questions, I'm going to zoom back out. You can, it's kind of quick. These little red dots, those are all chasers, just so everybody understands. It's a what they call a spotter dot. And so you can tell immediately where the storm is that everybody wants to be on because there's a bunch of red dots around it. And I'm just looking here. That storm isn't looking the best right now. It has definitely weakened since it got off the foothills, but it could be going through a cycle or something like that. So I will tune back in here with Connor if things get intense. But right now it's not looking too crazy in terms of storms out that way. So I will zoom back in here to Ottawa area and have a gander at what's happening. Let me... tornadoes and trailers do in fact mix, coming from Tornado Cowboys Tom. I've been in one and had one go by and did severe damage to the camper I was in at the time. Was my second time getting hit when I was a kid. Wow, that's an experience and a half. I definitely don't think I'd want to attempt that myself, but when you have no choice, you have no choice. So Rick, I'm driving back to town, shutting down, hoping to see you back on with Connor. Would be a good show. Thanks for tuning in, Rick, and sending in some photos and stuff. Always definitely appreciate it, and it's good to get submissions and contributions from everybody, so we always appreciate that. So and then Mimi, bon appetit, go fuel up, catch you at the next storm. Perfect, thank you very much for that. Kirk Carey, what time does Connor expect to chase? So they were talking about it popping around 6 o'clock. It has definitely gone earlier than that. So I would say in the next hour or so, there might be something, but it's hard to say. So I'm going to monitor it over the next hour. Maybe we'll pop on at 8 o'clock, somewhere in that neighborhood if anything gets exciting. So what website shows the chaser dots? It's actually not Spotter Network is where you can get your dots. So Spotter Network is out of the US, and you can see the spotter dots on radar scope because it's an application, and you can see it on Radar Omega and My Radar. You can turn on spotter dots so that you can see when people are reporting their GPS location. So it's usually on an application such as those three. I believe you can also see it on Spotter Network. I've never personally used it because I just use it on the radar scope, so that's why I'm not 100% sure. Tom at Tornado Cowboys, I'm glad I found your page. I shared your YouTube live to my page shortly after the warning was issued. The coverage was needed more. Eyes equals better prize. 100%. Thank you, Tom, for sharing that. And we had some people tune in, and I've said that, anytime we have a tornado warning in Ontario or anywhere in this area in Quebec, I am going to make people aware of it, even if it's not what we're targeting in terms of today's storms to monitor. Just the more people that have it, the better. So that F4 is insane. My dad got a picture of the 2018 Dunrobin tornado. What? It's a crappy picture. Whoa, I have never seen one. I chased it. I was on the Dunrobin tornado actually 30 seconds after it went into Dunrobin. So I'm just taking a look here. Holy cow. Okay, that's the first time I've seen a tornado picture of the Dunrobin tornado. I've been looking for one forever. So Tristan, thank you so much for sending this in. Obviously it's low resolution, but it is from 2018 on a cell phone grab. I'll put this up because I was, unfortunately, I got run over by the storm to the west. I was in, oh God, now I'm drawing a blank. I'm going to put this up here. So that's a picture of the Dunrobin tornado, which again, I have never seen one, so this is phenomenal. I'm gonna ask you, Tristan, if I can share this with my friends because this is the first time we've seen this. I was coming down Thomas Dolan Parkway into Dunrobin just after it happened, and then I ended up doing search and rescue right at the main intersection with the mall. We rescued a woman out of the house. So yeah, anyways, this is so cool. So thank you for sending that in. I appreciate that very, very much. My friend's name is Tom Tornado Pro. Yeah, there's a lot of Toms in here today. So, anyways, we'll look at the last scan here, just to see. So that storm has actually completely broken up. We can see that, this was it before, and there's a couple of things that have popped ahead of it, and now it's weakening. So like I said, it looks like everything's kind of falling apart at this point. So I will cut the stream here, and then again, I will probably jump on later with Connor as the primary focus. So it's a question of going from there and looking at things. So I will keep an eye on everything with Connor, and if we do go live, you guys will get a notification. Make sure you tune in, and make sure that you've got your notifications turned on so you know, and we'll see you on the next stream. So I appreciate you guys joining us this afternoon, interacting with us, and